Hello, everybody. Thank you for waiting. As I said in the chat, I was getting my morning cup of tea ready to go, so I needed a couple of extra minutes there. But hello, Digitiff here today. Welcome back to the Altars. Super excited to play more of this game. We last played on Wednesday, and we had a bit of tragedy strike, unfortunately. I had no idea that your altars could die. Guess what? Your altars can die. We lost Jan Minor on Wednesday. Unfortunately, he struggled with opioids. At first, he was telling us he was in pain, so I made, I guess, the incorrect decision to say, yes, you can take some painkillers, and then that became a bit of a problem, and unfortunately, he passed away, and it happened so suddenly. It was honestly crazy. So that was the last thing that happened in the Altars on Wednesday. We are early into Act 2. We managed to get away from the sun for now, but of course we have come across another roadblock that has unfortunately made our ship come to another halt. We've got some sort of weird space-time anomaly in front of us that we need to investigate before we can move forward, because the sun is always bearing down on us. How's it going, everybody? Hi, DNA. Hi, Euro. Hey, Ray. Hey, Mix. I hope everybody's weekend is going well so far. Thank you for stopping by on this lovely Saturday. I see DNA use the weather command, and the weather in St. John's today is beautiful. Wow, 25 degrees and sunny, low humidity. Sounds like a perfect day in St. John's, so I hope you're having a good weekend. It's a nice day here. It's a little cool. We had a crazy rainstorm last night. It happened like all of a sudden. It was around like 9:30. I was on the couch gaming, and I looked out the window and I was like, oh, it's raining. And then it like escalated into like the craziest storm. Like, think of how hard it can possibly rain. That's how hard it was raining, and it was just insane thunder and lightning. So it was a giant storm last night. Luckily, it only lasted a couple of hours, and it's a nice day out there today. But it was crazy. It was actually kind of nice because I was like cozy on the couch. I had a few candles lit. I was gaming. So like with the backdrop of the storm and the thunder and lightning, I don't know. Maybe it's weird for me to say, but I actually thought it was really cozy. So at least we've got that summer rain coming down, so that should help everything stay watered and fires to stay out. So that's good news. We'll take it. I really have no context for this game, but I initially thought you meant like a Majora's Mask style thing where the sun was heading down on the Earth. It kind of is, actually. So the premise of the Altars is that we went out on a space mission. Of course, our ship crash landed and we were the only survivor. However, the galaxy that we landed in is it's a galaxy with 3 suns, and the way that works is every now and then through the rotation and the orbit of the planets, one gets scarily close to the sun, such that everything on the planet gets vaporized. So that's what we're doing right now. We're actually outrunning the sun as it bears down on the planet. Luckily, the planet is big enough that by physically moving to the other side of it, we buy ourselves time for being vaporized. But yeah, there are 3 suns in this galaxy, and they are a bit temperamental. So it kind of is a Majora's Mask situation where instead of running away from the moon, we're running away from the sun. So we've already ran away from it once. Well, twice, actually. We managed to get our ship working in the prologue and moved far enough until we got hampered by a lava river. Act 1 involved us finding a way to circumvent that river, which we ultimately did by building a bridge. Then we managed to get further away again until, like I said, now we've been halted once more by this weird space-time anomaly that I'll show you once we load in here. But yeah, that is the premise of the Altars. As I am the only survivor, it is impossible for me to do everything required to get our little ship moving. So the unique aspect of the game is that I'm creating clones of myself. Not quite clones, they're alternate universe, alternate possibilities of myself. If I had made different decisions in my life, this is who I would have become, and I'm creating these altars to help me out in my journey. And so we've got a couple of them. We've got a scientist, we've got a technician, we've got a botanist, we had a miner, rest in peace. So hopefully today we're actually going to make another altar to replace poor miner, because we're definitely down on manpower right now. So yeah, that's the short premise of the game. It's somewhere between an action-adventure game and a simulation strategy-style game. It's a really interesting mix of genres, and so far I've been absolutely loving it. So, no more talk. Let's hop right into it here. As I mentioned, our last episode was full of tragedy. Not only did we lose Jan Minor, we actually also lost our sheep, Molly, as well. And you can see the crew has low morale, which is like, can't blame them. So we are doing the sheep autopsy in the lab to try to figure out what the hell killed Molly and if it's something we should be worried about. And in the meantime, yeah, unfortunately Minor is, well, no longer with us. So what we need to do today is I need to go try to find a source of rupidium, because for us to create more altars, we need rupidium. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. So, to start though, I guess we'll go chat with everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone's in a bad mood because of everything that's been happening, which is like, fair.
I wish we knew what happened.
Fair. I have to head out shortly, but I do want to talk about a thing that happened last weekend. I was an extra on a short film. No way! I've always wanted to do that. I've always thought it would be really fun to just be an extra, a background character in a film. So that's actually really cool. What were you doing as an extra? Were you doing anything fun? Like, were you a zombie or anything? Or were you just sort of like a normal background character? Because that is really cool. Let's see if we can comfort Botanist a little bit here.
I can see you've been down. Anything I can do to make you feel better? I assume teleporting me to my old life isn't an option. Yeah, sorry. Anything but that. Well, it was spending time with Lena that always made me happy. Our evenings together, planning the future for us, for our family.
So for anyone just joining us, the very fun thing about the altars is it does have Twitch integration. So if you guys hover over the video player, you should see the option to actually vote for my dialogue options. So here as we're speaking with Botanist, we got 3 things we can say. We can say you're not alone, you have your team. We can say you were a great husband, or share a memory of Lena to try to connect with Botanist. It was fun. At least in my case, I got paid just to sit in a restaurant with some friends and have a background conversation for like 3 hours. Didn't get fed, but we got juice and water and stuff. I didn't realize you got paid. That makes it even better. I feel like I would do it for free, just for the experience. But getting paid, hanging out with your friends, and getting free drinks, that sounds perfect. Very cool. Well, when the short film comes out, you'll have to let us know so we can watch and try to spot you. Looks like you guys want me to share a memory of Lena, so let's do that.
If you were to tell me one...
Or asking him to share a memory. Okay. That works.
Oh, man. There's so many. Maybe... that time we spent our vacation at the seaside. 2 weeks of stuffing ourselves with waffles and taking lazy strolls on the beach. Yeah.
Aw. Okay, it actually seems like that conversation really helped cheer up Botanist, so that's good. Yeah, he's feeling a lot better. Alright, let's go check in with everyone else. Botanist, where's everyone else? Scientist and technician are down in the womb.
I stand by my word. That risk would have paid off in the long term.
Maybe. Maybe not. I'm glad Jan decided that our safety is more important than rapid progress.
Hey guys. So this is Scientist. We, out of all the altars, we definitely clash with Scientist the most. He's the most different in terms of personality, and he's very pragmatic and logical. So much so that I think it's like a negative. He really doesn't consider people's emotions or well-being. It's always about, you know, what'll get the job done, which is good to an extent, but yeah, I just think Scientist needs to lighten up a little bit. Are you okay?
Are you okay? How could anyone be okay under these circumstances? The end feels inevitable.
Where's this coming from?
I know our odds. Maybe it's time to consider the easy way out.
Jesus, Scientist. Are you serious? We need to improve the moods of the altars before something bad happens, aka scientist kills us all? Jesus Christ. Alright, that's dark. He's gonna go back to the lab now and, perform the sheep's autopsy. And tonight, we're definitely gonna have a movie night and try to boost morale before he makes us do a Romeo and Juliet situation. Hey Sharf, how are you? Happy Saturday! Alright, so what we need to do today, we need to find a source of rupidium. Now the issue is, a lot of this area we can't actually access until we upgrade our climbing hook, and that's on the to-do list after the sheep autopsy. So we're kind of waiting on scientists to proceed here, which isn't good when his thoughts are suicide-based. But for now, I'll just head out. I think there's one other way I can explore without climbing, so let's go check this out over here. This game is just so beautiful. I've said it before, the planets are so, like, ominous and almost scary looking. Like, you can tell anything on this planet might kill me at any time. It's also very barren due to the whole sun phenomenon, but at the same time, it's, like, eerily beautiful, you know what I mean? God damn, my aim is off today. I haven't finished my cup of tea yet. And it shows.
All done. Should I take care of this now?
Yeah, this is a whole other area we haven't explored yet, so this is good. I'm playing some Sims 4. Oh god. Ah. Sharp's playing Sims 4 and I'm getting eaten by weird space anomalies. You're going to a 10-year reunion tonight for high school or what?
I'd like to draw your attention to
That's really cool. Looks like the sheep autopsy is complete, so we'll go talk to scientists about that, but I'll just wait until we're ready to go. He'll still be there in the evening. For now, though, it looks like I may have found a source of minerals. Let's see if we can pinpoint that location. I think it might be through these rocks. 10-year reunion for high school. Cool. Well, I hope you have lots of fun. My 10-year reunion would have been in 2022, but I don't think they had one. I gotta be honest, I don't have a ton of great memories from high school, so even if they did have one, I probably wouldn't have went, but for those that do have good memories of high school, I'm sure it's a fantastic excuse to get together again. Oh, nice. We found this one pretty easy. Alright, so we can set up a mining outpost right here for minerals. That's fantastic. It's not rupidium, which is what I wanted, but it's the next best thing. Just gotta connect it now with the pylons. Now I'm trying to see what the best way to do that is. Probably if we put one high up like this. And then I go down here. Handshake emoji. I didn't go to my senior prom due to a similar reasoning. Not great experiences that year. Yeah, I don't want to harp on it too much. I'm sure many people had similar experiences, but unfortunately, high school was not great for me. But it seems to me that everyone... No, I shouldn't generalize. There are some people who are nice people who had good high school experiences, so I'm going to stop right there before I make an inaccurate generalization. But it feels like a lot of people who had a fantastic high school experience, that was sort of where they peaked in life, you know? So, if anything, it's maybe better that I didn't have a fantastic high school experience because it meant that I still had lots ahead of me. Anyone else have a choppy stream? Oh no! I don't have any dropped frames on my end, so I'm not sure. I mean, it's probably Twitch being an asshole. Stream is choppy AF. What the heck? See, this is what I hate, because it's one thing if I can look at OBS and be like, oh yes, I'm dropping frames, or my encoder's overloaded, so clearly there's something happening on my end that I can hopefully fix. But then when you guys say that, and I look at my end and everything's green, I'm just like, what? I don't know what to do about this. Shit. I'm sorry, guys. Anybody? I don't know if anybody has any suggestions. I mean, I could try to restart on my end, I guess. That's a possibility. I don't know if Twitch will just get its shit together naturally if we wait it out. You had 7 surgeries in junior and senior year. Oh my goodness, Sharp. That must have been really, really tough. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully everything's okay now. Okay, scientist has all done his research, so that's good. Hey, Meerkat, meowdy, happy Saturday. It's still choppy? I don't know what's going on, because as I just said, everything on my end is green. Huh. Okay, it's bad. Are you serious? See, this is what I hate about Twitch. It's like, can you tell me what the issue is? Is it you? Is it me? I just checked a couple other streams and they're fine. We're getting like less than a frame a second. What? Oh my god. Okay, I guess I'll just restart OBS. When in doubt, turn it off and turn it back on again. I can restart the game and restart OBS. Oh, it fixed itself? What? Huh? Maybe I should just restart anyway, just in case. Cause I don't like the sound of that. Give me 2 seconds. I'll try to restart. And hopefully that'll help. Be right back. Hello. Can you guys see and hear me again? Hopefully that's a yes. I literally just restarted OBS and restarted the game. I didn't change anything. Hopefully, you know, we're all at least semi-versed in IT here as gamers, and so I think we all know that usually the global answer is when in doubt, turn it off and turn it back on again, so. The issue might just be when you run. I mean, well, that's not going to be helpful because I need to do a lot of running, so let's see here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to restart the whole day now because the game only saves at the beginning of each day, so let's just quickly redo everything we were doing, and you guys can let me know if it looks better on your end. We're gonna start with recreating all the conversations we had with the alters this morning to try to make them feel better. At least we know. Ah! Marking previous choices. Since The Alters is a survival game, it's completely normal that you will replay some scenes more than once. If after loading the game, you start a dialogue that you've already encountered, we'll mark your previous dialogue choices. This way it'll be easier for you to decide whether you would like to follow the same path or make different choices. That's actually super helpful. Okay, perfect. So we knew exactly what to say to Botanist. Now, if our conversation with Scientist goes the same way, he's just gonna say suicidal things, which is not ideal. Okay? But let's see. Yep, same thing. Okay, great. Great. So far, so good. All right. I have no idea what was going on, but yeah, sometimes when in doubt, turning it off and turning it back on again does seem to fix things. So, okay, I guess we'll head out and try to place those pylons and sensors down and around again. Today's assignments, that's all good. Put you on organics. Love to see what the outside looks like. Yeah, let's go see. Let's go see. All right. Oops. Much better? Oh, phew. Thank goodness. No idea what the problem was, because like I said, everything was green on my end. I had no drop frames, I had no encoder overload, but hey, when in doubt, turn it off and turn it back on again, so that's great news. Sorry for the inconvenience, everybody, but thank you for letting me know, obviously. And hopefully that means now it's all fixed. You know what's not fixed, though? My aim! Oh, God. See you later, Mix. It was good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Alright. So let's just go back to where we were. Put down that mining outpost again. Luckily, we know exactly where it was, too. Presumably, the location of the deposit doesn't change, so I should be able to cut down on searching. There's some positives to restarting the day, I guess. Because it was right over here. Yeah, first try. Love that. Alright, so we put our mineral outpost right here, which is fantastic. And we just need to set up our pylons again. Pylon. So, the way I did it before seemed to work. I'll just put one right here on this high point. And then move them from there. Pylon. Yeah, I'm very, very excited to get the results of the sheep autopsy back. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm also, like, scared. I mean, best case scenario, it would be like Molly the sheep died of natural causes, or, you know, had some sort of acute infection, or I don't know. Something that we don't have to be worried about as a crew. But I've just got a very bad feeling that Molly died of, like, some sort of parasite that's now in our water or some shit. God knows. Our fortunes are gonna go from bad to worse, but we'll find out. Scientist is working on the autopsy, or he should be. Yeah, he's almost done. Stream seems good now? Okay, great. Thank you guys for letting me know. For anyone who wasn't here on our last altar stream and you're wondering, wait, sheep autopsy? Yeah, we had a double death on Wednesday. Before this, I didn't know your altars could die, which was perhaps a little naive of me in a survival game. But yes, not only did Molly, our sheep, die, which was absolutely terrible and made me so, so sad. Molly was our original clone, our original friend. But also, Jan Miner died. One of our altars actually died. He, of course, struggled in his original life with opioid addiction, and then I guess we made the incorrect decision to allow him to dabble in painkillers because he was constantly in pain, he was telling us, and I didn't know what else to do. So I said, hey, try the painkillers, and of course, he misused them and ended up actually killing himself, which is so terribly sad. But yeah, so we lost Molly the sheep and Jan Miner all in one go. So it's been a very depressing time, and you can see that's why there's a quest up in the top right corner called Low Morale. But yes, we've I assigned the scientist to do an autopsy of Molly, which apparently he has completed. So let's head back there now and see what he came up with. Now, of course, as a scientist, I don't know that he's necessarily well-versed in autopsy, but hopefully he knows enough that he can spot any obvious concerns. But yeah, we just woke up one morning and Molly was dead, and we were just all in shock. We have no idea what killed her, hence the autopsy, so I guess we'll find out soon enough. But I've just got this bad feeling that they're gonna be like, yeah, Molly died of, like, flesh-eating disease. And now we're all gonna die of flesh-eating disease or something like that. Knowing our luck, that's what it's gonna be like, so. But yes, unfortunately we're now also down not just a sheep, but also a man. We lost Jan Minor, and in order for us to create more altars, I need more rupidium. So that's actually what I was out here trying to do today, was find a source of rupidium. Unfortunately, no luck, but it looks like it's up there, actually, now that I say that. That looks like rupidium up there. So what we need to do is get Jan's scientist to finish his research into the hook upgrade, which he is almost done, actually, which is good. We can also give him another task. Base expansion 3. Yeah, you can do that too. Now let's head back to the base and get the autopsy report. Where's the research lab? Here. Hey man, give it to me straight. What did you find in Molly? Did you find out why Molly died?
Hey, are you done with the post-mortem? Did you find Molly's cause of death?
Yes and no.
Don't you just love science?
I know the direct cause of death, and it wasn't food poisoning.
No?
No, it was a severe brain hemorrhage.
What?
What? Why?
That's the tricky part. Her brain looked changed. Part of it was covered with a strange, transparent film, like mutated tissue of some sort.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't know much about autopsy. I wish Alana was here so we could direct her with some questions. But from what little I know, brains being covered with strange, transparent film is probably not ideal. Yeah, definitely sounds not good. Where did it come from?
Any ideas where this tissue came from?
I don't know.
Jan, I'm not a neurosurgeon, and I'm certainly not a veterinarian. A basic autopsy on a human being is all I'm trained to do. I ran a sample through our standard lab tests, and it doesn't fit any known results. So all I can tell you is this isn't any condition I could put a name on.
Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about. Like I said, it was one thing if we could identify her cause of death and it was something that wouldn't necessarily cause us concern. But if she had some sort of weird, strange brain mutation and she was born and died here on this station, it makes me very, very worried that there's some sort of contagion either in the air or the water. I don't know. Meningitis, but like completely different. Like a new tissue being formed? That's fucked. Yeah. An alien brain shield. I mean, it wasn't a very good shield if it ended up killing her. Does this call enough concern to do autopsy on minor Jan? You'd think it would, right? At this point, I 100% would like to look at minor Jan's brain, but we already sent him back to the womb, so it's not even going to be possible. What are we going to say here? You guys want to say this is not satisfactory? I mean, I'd have to agree with that. We have no answers here, just concern.
This is not a satisfactory conclusion. We need to know more.
I agree. We do know it wasn't the food nor bad air conditioning. However, there could be other external factors at play. This planet, the Interral. Who knows if the proximity plane doesn't interact with our reality in some ways we don't yet understand? We have no idea about the microbiome here, bacteria, maybe even viruses.
Viruses? What are you saying?
We should all get tested, just to be on the safe side.
The technician was right. Remember when the technician had that theory and he was like, there's like weird things in the water, microparticles that we couldn't see. Maybe he was right.
So, the technician was right when he urged us to examine the sheep.
And we were right to listen to him.
Now let's follow through. Okay.
How do you want to proceed? MRI scanning. A simple procedure that will give us the first crucial answer. Is anything affecting our brains too?
Do we have
All
an
I need from
MRI
you
machine?
is a simple upgrade of our
Oh.
infirmary.
Okay.
Think you can handle that?
Yeah, we should probably prioritize that, to be honest. I think we should definitely take a look at our own brains and make sure there's nothing strange going on up there. Well, I'll upgrade the infirmary, get the MRI machine, and then we'll all do a little testing.
Okay. I'll take care of it right away.
I think that should definitely be a priority.
We'll start the checkups immediately after it's ready.
Okay. So, what do we need to craft an MRI scanner? We need 100 minerals and 100 metals. So we have more than enough metals. It's the minerals that we're going to need. So, luckily, we do have a minerals outpost now that we can assign someone to. So let's do that. Once we have the required minerals, then we'll do the MRI upgrade.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
In the meantime, I guess I will go back outside and try to harvest some of that rupidium now that I have the increased grappling hook. Because if we can get more rupidium, we can make more altars, and more hands on deck is always helpful. So you can see the rupidium up there. It's that glowing substance. So let's see if I can scale this cliff right here with my new grappling hook. You don't have the equipment to climb up this wall. Research and craft the hook upgrade. Didn't I already do that? Yeah, I did. Is there another hook upgrade? Oh, I need to craft it. Okay. So that also requires minerals. It looks like minerals is going to be our Achilles heel right now. We need minerals if we want to proceed, so... I've already got technician over there mining at the actual outpost, but what I'll do is just wander around and see if there's any other just little deposits that I can grab along the way. Like, I think there's one right there, actually, that I didn't harvest before. Yeah. Or, wait, did I already harvest this? No, I didn't. Perfect. There we go. That gets us up to 71 minerals, which will be enough for the hook upgrade, so I'll go ahead and queue that up. But then we'll need another 90 for the MRI machine. One thing at a time. Alright, I can actually just walk over to the mining outpost and use it as a fast travel point back to the base. Now, everyone's morale is extremely low after our double deaths, so we need to make sure we have some fun tonight. So I'm gonna head down. Oh, the altars are holding a wake for the fallen. Well, let's go join that first, and then I was going to say we're going down to the social room to try to boost morale.
Such a way to go. It could have been avoided.
Damn. Can I help at all?
I could see you've been down lately. Anything I can do to make you feel better? A team of skilled lab analysts would be nice. Yeah, that would be helpful, but maybe there's something more workable. What do you usually do to boost your spirits? Well, it may sound vain, but I like reading reviews of my articles.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can help with that either. It seems like just talking to scientists is boosting his spirits a little bit. What should we say? I bet they were always very enthusiastic. Dad never praised us, so we're hungry for recognition. Or once this mission ends, you'll have a lot to write about. Honestly, I feel like any of those are a decent option. Maybe we won't lead with, yeah, we've all got daddy issues, so let's go with this one instead. Once the mission ends, you'll have a lot to write about.
Once we're back from this mission, you'll have a lot to write about. Believe me, I'm gathering materials all the time. This will be groundbreaking.
Yeah, Meerkat makes a good point. The articles don't exist in this world, so we'll just give him a pat on the back and say, maybe you can write some new ones. Are you feeling any better?
Are you feeling better? It was just a brief indisposition. Happens to the best of us. I'm glad you didn't make light of it, though. Happy to hear that. Now, let's make sure we survive, okay? Yes, let's get to work.
That was actually a very productive conversation with scientists. I feel like our conversations with scientists aren't normally productive, but we've really helped him feel a lot better. And it looks like everyone holding this little wake here is giving them less gloom as well. Oh, they're toasting.
Cheers.
I'm not sure why I wasn't invited to this, why I can't cheers along with them, but hey, if they want to have their private little time, as long as they're all feeling better by the end of it, I'm good with that. Looks like everyone's feeling a lot better, actually, yeah. Technician's feeling okay. He says, losing one of us turned out to be incredibly painful. I'm glad we could at least say goodbye to him, and I feel much better now that Jan changed things around here. Scientist is actually smiling. He says, has the same things in his event log, and botanist is feeling okay. Same things in his event log. Alright, well, let's capitalize on everybody being in a decent mood, and let's do what I was originally going to do, and go down to the social room and host a little movie night. Can't wait for us to find more movies. We've actually watched both of these movies already, and they were genuinely funny. The devs actually created mini movies in the game, so we can just skip them so we don't have to keep watching the same movie every time, but looking forward to finding some more. There, that made everybody happy, less gloom. I am pretty tired though, it's almost midnight. So let's get back to bed. It's after midnight now, yeah. You can see my vision's getting fuzzy and everything. That's pretty cool how your exhaustion actually is portrayed physically in your view. Alright, day 41. The sun is still far away, which is good. Now, today, we're going to be crafting that hook upgrade, which will allow us to explore so much more. I also want another drill cartridge. We can make some more raw food. Put you on minerals, you're on research, you're in workshop. We'll put someone in greenhouse after. I'm gonna go see if I can access the rupidium today, so we can get more hands on deck here. Alrighty. Yeah, you can see there's so many vertical areas, including the area where I need to go and place the sensor. Maybe we should prioritize that today. I might have time for both. I'll see. I'll stick to my original plan and go look at the rupidium first. Alright, let's use our new hook to climb this big cliff. Oh crap, right, it's still not produced. Oh my god. I keep getting ahead of myself as the TLDR. Okay, well, is there anywhere left for me to explore? I don't think there's anywhere else I can access without the hook. High climb. High climb, high climb, medium climb. Okay, well, maybe I'll just go back to the ship myself and make the hook. When in doubt, do it yourself. Although, do they start working at 9? I think. Yeah, they do. Well, here's what I'll do then to pass the time. I will switch gears and we'll instead try to get to that higher point, but I need to get, like, actually in there a little bit before we can climb up anyway, so once the hook is crafted, I'm pretty sure then it just automatically goes in my inventory, like I don't need to go back to base to retrieve it. So I'll just start heading this way, and hopefully by the time we're ready for the hook, it'll be crafted. We need a doctor and a therapist. Both of those things would be very helpful. That's if there is I know for sure there is a doctor altar, so he is going to be the next one we craft, and then if there is a therapist, I would definitely like to craft them as well. But doctor is already queued up as priority number 1 for me, especially with whatever weird virus we're facing. I think we're going to need a second opinion. As much as, you know, I'm grateful for scientists doing a basic autopsy. Like he said, he's not a professional. So we should get a whole ass doctor in here. Oh. This is enriched minerals. I don't care about those because they give off too much radiation. What's over here? Shallow. Oh, I need to go over this way. Okay. It's easy to get a little turned around here. But anyway, as I'm making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass. Sorry, I'll stop. What's everyone up to this weekend? Happy Saturday. Anybody have any fun plans? I've actually got a lot of fun plans this weekend. Tonight we're going to a murder mystery party, which I'm so excited for. I will tell you all about my character afterwards. I'm sure we'll take some photos, but essentially it is titled Murder Mystery in a Trailer Park. So we are all, of course, caricatures of people that you would maybe find in a trailer park. So I'm doing that tonight, and then tomorrow me and Alana are going to a clay cafe where they're doing painting with kittens. So if you're wondering why I had to move my stream from Sunday to Saturday this weekend, that's why. Tonight, murder mystery. Tomorrow, painting with kittens. So you could say I'm very excited about the slate of activities we've got lined up this weekend. Will we come home with a kitten? Stay tuned. No, Muffin would hate us. She would literally kill us if we came home with a kitten, so... we should be safe. But yeah, so basically... my new hook's crafted now. Basically, the local clay cafe is partnering with the SPCA, and they're just having a bunch of kittens that are available for adoption there, so you get to hang out with the kittens and paint. So it should be very silly and very fun, and I just cannot wait to see all the kitties. So yeah, that's my weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Death says, you're gonna go watch Superman. Cool. I really want to go see Superman. I've heard good things about it. So that's on my to-do list. Obviously, this weekend is too filled up, but maybe next weekend. Canada, healthcare and kittens. America, we made wheelchairs illegal. And Euro says, but freedom. Alright, looks like we found some luggage over here, which is nice. We got a new movie. Just as I was saying, I wanted a new movie. Future Ex-Girlfriend. Jenna travels back from the future to make sure Phil saves humanity. Did she really have to bring a +1, though?
Another movie. This one was actually on my pile of shame.
Sounds like it's gonna be dumb, and I'm ready. Ooh, we also got a university hoodie. The official hooded sweatshirt of my university. I remember feeling so proud when I wore it for the first time, like I belonged to an elite group. Of course, it's also a reminder of me leaving that group. Well, at least it's warm and comfy. So apparently when our ship crash landed,
I packed a lot
all of our luggage just like sprinkled over the planet. So you can find it and find your stuff. You can find your movies and heirlooms and hoodies and all that stuff. Whew, that one was coming at me fast. Jeez Louise. Alright, we're getting pretty high up now. We'll definitely be able to place a scanner, I think, as long as I can get rid of these anomalies before they eat me. Holy crap, how many are there? Dang, that was a lot. Hey Bronny, how are you? Happy Saturday. Okay, I'm gonna put you in greenhouse, botanist. You're still on minerals, which is good. Okay. I think up here will be the high point now where we can put the sensor. Oh god. More anomalies first. And this one is so close I can't even see its core. Oh, did it leave? No, it's right there. So many. Okay, this one literally doesn't have a core. Ah, I'm just running.
This looks like a good spot to use the gravity sensor.
God damn. It was not easy to get up here. Alright. As we said, though, good spot for our sensor. Gravity sensor. It's going to collect data about the gravitational anomaly, which has ground our ship to a halt here. Whoa. That is fancy. Holy crap.
Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something.
I assume that something has to do with this? Sure. What does this say? SGRAW X21. Gravity sensor online. All systems active. Debug mode not active. Login successful. Okay, so hopefully that sensor will provide scientists with enough data that he'll come up with a solution for how we avoid the anomaly. I think you're as far in the game as I am now. Oh, awesome. Caught up. I'm a bit groggy. I set my alarm to get up for stream, but snoozed it for 45 minutes. Look, it's a Saturday. If there's ever a day to snooze, this is the day. Right. Let's actually, before I go back and speak to scientists, I'm actually not going to rush back there. We can talk about it this evening. While I'm out, what I'm going to do is quickly stop at the base to recharge, and then I'm going to go up there and try to get some of the rupidium so we can craft another altar. Quickly recharge. I say quickly, apparently it takes many hours to recharge. Wait, is it daytime? Yeah, you can see the time down in the bottom left corner. It's 4:05 p.m. So, I mean, you can stay out all the time, but after 8 p.m. the radiation on the planet starts to spike, so basically our day ends at 8 p.m., but yeah. It can be a little hard to tell if it's daytime, especially when we're in the, like, cave area. Obviously, there's not a lot of daylight. I thought the sun kills you. I guess only if it gets close enough. It'll melt us if it gets close enough, but it's far enough away right now that it doesn't kill me. It just provides light. So that's why we need to keep moving, because if the sun gets too close, it will kill us. Oops. There's some minerals here that we can grab, which we need for our MRI machine, so... that. Alright, we've got enough for the MRI now. And right here, we've got rupidium. This is what we need for the altar. Oh god. Oh. Oh. An anomaly, like, chased me down there. Okay, radiation levels are high. We need to go home. I was under the presumption if it breaches the horizon, we drop dead. Yeah, no, it's like just if it actually gets close enough to you, thankfully. They said there were 3 stars in this galaxy. And therefore, every now and then, the rotation of the stars means that it gets way too close to one of the planets, and this happens. Okay, well, we found our source of rupidium, which is good. What's also good is we got enough minerals that we can craft the MRI upgrade. So we're definitely going to do that. Tomorrow we'll put, we'll keep everyone where they are. I'm actually down low on metals now, though. Okay. What we need to do is we just need to prioritize crafting another altar. Yeah, exactly. As Meerkat says, we just need more altars. It's getting to the point where there's just too many things to do and not enough hands to go around, so... I'll try to get some more rupidium tomorrow. First, though, I need to talk to the scientist about what data he received from the gravity sensor.
So, did you get any interesting readings from the gravity sensor? Yes, fascinating stuff. The gravity field distortion forms a remarkable pattern. It's not like any of the other distortions we've encountered.
Okay, is it connected to the interval?
Do you think it's connected to the interval? Looks like everything's connected here. I told you that gravity distortions have been observed on previous missions, but the scale of this one, it's unprecedented. And it's making me wonder.
About what?
You see, logically, objects on the proximity plane shouldn't have a mass in our reality. So how could they have such a strong impact on our gravity? It could lead to some extremely revolutionary hypotheses. It's so annoying that I can't devote more time to this problem.
So how do we proceed?
So, how do we proceed?
Well, it looks like we have no other way but to destroy this extraordinary phenomenon.
Are you serious? How am I supposed to use the illuminator on that?
No, the illuminator won't help us here. We'll need to create a counterforce that will neutralize the gravity field. It will have to be very powerful and extremely precise. I'll need some time to make the calculations. One mistake, and this whole thing can go dangerously wrong.
Okay, so what should we say now? I can't imagine you making a mistake. Can't we blow a hole in the canyon wall instead? Or hurry up, we don't have much time. I mean, the last one is accurate, but the first one will probably stroke his ego a little bit. And the second one seems like a valid question. Can't we just go around? Meerkat says, oh, so the solution is magnet boots. But boots big enough for our entire ship to go through our giant wheel. Do we have the food or water to make more altars? We're doing really well on food. We don't need to worry about water. I guess our base has a built-in water supply. We're doing really well on food, so I'm not worried about that. What we need to make more altars is a substance called rupidium. And that was the weird substance I was trying to mine at the end of the day there before we had to come in. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get enough of that we can create our next altar. You guys are split 50-50 on the vote. I guess we'll stroke his ego. Can't imagine you making a mistake.
I can't even imagine you making a mistake.
Yes, well, you've clearly
He likes
forgotten
that.
our exam in algebraic topology.
You know what I like?
I
TS,
have-
thank you for the 79 months.
10 points just because of one
We
stupid
so old. 79 years.
haunts me to this day.
Thank you so
Nice
much
to
for the
have your
Twitch
trust.
Prime
Just
sub, my
keep
friend.
trying
I
to study
appreciate
this
you.
properly, and
It's
I'm
another
sure
double
you'll be fine.
notification month, which I am A-okay with. Let's celebrate twice a month. I love that for us. How's it going, my friend? Welcome to the altars. We are moving past the double death that we had on Wednesday's stream and trying to move forward. Right now we are analyzing the weird anomaly that has ground our ship to a halt. It looks like Scientist has some ideas. He's going to do some research and get back to us on what we need to progress past this obstacle. And in the meantime, we will give him that hoodie we found.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy. Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it.
Alright. I feel like Scientist is in a real good mood now. Let's see. He sure is. Look at that smile. He's calm, relaxed, and enthusiastic. He's happy that the gravity sensor's ready. He's happy that I gave him the old hoodie. Technician's feeling alright. He's happy as well that the gravity sensor's ready. Everybody's happy about that. Looks like Scientist and Botanist are going to bed, but Technician, since you're here, you want to play a game? I just enjoyed a pizza with my brother. Life's bearable. Oh, I love that for you guys. I would say good if it weren't so fucking hot. Do you have AC in your place, TS? Also, the Technician has apparently become a beer pong master when I wasn't looking. Holy crap. He has leveled up, apparently. Oh, you don't have AC. Yeah, it's really tough when you don't have AC, for sure. I feel for you. Hopefully you've got a good fan.
Damn it.
Make sure you keep hydrated as well. Super important. Oh, and you bought ice cream. That'll help as well. I'm pretty sure ice cream's a form of hydration. I think so.
Fuck.
Welcome to the new century, people, where everywhere needs AC now. Seriously. Yeah, seriously. Even if you live as far north as TS does, we're at a point in our planet's history where everyone needs AC. But yeah, in the meantime, ice cream definitely helps.
Hell yeah.
If the Technician is a beer pong master and I beat him, does that make me like a beer pong sage?
I got this.
A beer pong wizard? How's Altars been tonight? It's good. I managed to climb up high and install the sensor that we needed to observe the weird gravitational field that's halted our ship. You came in just as we were talking to Scientist about that, so he's going to work on a solution. Additionally, we completed the autopsy on Molly and got some worrying results. Apparently there was some sort of weird translucent film on her brain, which is obviously concerning. So now what we're doing is crafting an MRI scanner to put in the infirmary and give everyone a little checkup and figure out what the heck's going on. It's also made me more determined than ever to craft more altars because clearly I need a doctor on board. The Scientist is good, but, you know, he's not medically trained. So we need to go today and prioritize getting some Rapidium. But yeah, that's basically what you've missed so far. We were having some technical issues at the beginning of today's stream, unfortunately, so... but it appears that everything is ironed out now, hopefully. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. No, we lost Molly and Minor both on Wednesday at the very end of the stream. It was literally a double death. It sucked. It was pretty gloomy. Oh my god, what is up here? Usually the distortions, like, you can see them coming. It feels like they're coming out of nowhere and attacking me here, and I do not like it. See? Do not like. I'm gonna need to go to the infirmary after today and try to reduce my radiation levels because they're getting extremely high as well. Which is not ideal. There's another anomaly over there. A weird gravitational one that we can't go through. Oh god, what the fuck? They're chasing me! Well, so we gave the Minor medication, and then when he started exhibiting signs of addiction, I took it away from him, but apparently he didn't listen, and then he kept taking it, and... So yes, do I have some responsibility? Absolutely, but at the same time, we did try to make him stop. You're getting framey again? Do you think it's the, it's the anomalies causing it? Now, my screen does look like fuzzy and everything because of the anomalies. But you're saying the frames are dropping? See, it's so weird because I'm not actually dropping frames on my side. Everything is smooth, OBS is smooth. So it's like, it must be Twitch can't handle the visual effects? I don't know what to do. Yeah. It's gotta be a bitrate issue on Twitch's end. There's the same issue with the grass in Escape from Tarkov. Is there any way I can turn off these visual effects, do you think? Let me go back to the ship so I'm safe. And then I'll go into the settings and see what I can do. Yeah, Twitch's bitrate, I guess, must not be able to handle this level of visual effects. Which is annoying. I really, really wish Twitch would up its bitrate cap, because, like, I stream at the maximum bitrate that I can as an affiliate, and I feel like the stream quality is still not perfect. Like, if you want to stream at 1080p, 60 frames per second, you need more bitrate than Twitch will give you. Weirdly, the Twitch player stats say you're maintaining 60 frames per second even when it's a slideshow. Yeah, it's so weird. Like I said, everything is green on my end as well. But let's see. Motion blur is off. Reduce prism effect. What does that mean? Would that, do you think, to be the rupidium and radiation visuals, maybe? I can turn that on. Motion blur is off. Yeah, it's weird that there's no descriptor for what a prism effect is, and it's weird that there's no specific option to reduce rupidium and radiation visuals. I guess the TLDR is I just need to make sure I don't get irradiated, and then the stream will maintain its visual fidelity. But yeah, it is extremely annoying how limited you are on Twitch in terms of bitrate. Apparently the bitrate availability is so much higher on YouTube. Like, you can stream in 1440p or 4K on YouTube. You cannot do that on Twitch. The highest the bitrate will allow you to stream is 1080p as an affiliate. What's the streaming settings? This is for the integration with the voting. I mean, I guess that's all I can do. Sorry, everybody. I seriously don't know what else to do, unfortunately. YouTube has terrible, horrible trolls, though. Oh, yeah, and, like, their chat is not nearly as good. So, you know, you're picking and choosing the negatives, if you will. Every platform has negatives, but Twitch's negative is by far its cap on bitrate, which is causing issues like this. Okay, well, I guess since I'm in here and I'm almost at maximum radiation, I will take a break and go up to the infirmary. Rest up to try to reduce these radiation levels. Fortunately ended our day early, but decreased our radiation quite a bit. We got efficient food created, which is good. Now let's go see if I can make another altar today. I guess Bezos' wedding is more important than peasant bitrate for Papa Amazon. Yeah, it's bad. And if you're a partner on Twitch, you get a higher bitrate cap, which makes sense. They're prioritizing partner streams. But it sucks that they cap affiliates so low. Like 6,000 bitrate is really, really low. But again, it's all I can do. So I do apologize. I'm not sure how else to reduce. Some Reddit threads suggest 8,000 kilobytes per second is unofficially supported, and there's a beta for streaming at 1440p. Yeah, there's not enough bitrate to handle the 1440p, though. I actually tried testing it out last week, and there's just... Yes, you can stream, but it does not look good. I set my bitrate to 8,000 because sometimes it will spike over 6,000 if there's enough room, but the maximum that you're guaranteed to get is 6,000, so that's all we can do. I'm not sure what else to do for the radiation effects. On the bright side, I think we have enough rupidium to get a new altar. Let's see. Yes, we do. All right. So, as I mentioned, the new altar I definitely want to get is the doctor, considering the unfortunate health issues that we may now be facing and that poor Molly was facing. I think the doctor will come in handy. So he can heal altars 8 times faster at the infirmary and cooks food faster. And then it looks like once we make a doctor, we can branch off to make a shrink who comforts altars in the contemplation room. So honestly, both of these will probably be super helpful for us. So the doctor is our earliest branch off point by far. Previous branch off points were at age 19, age 26, and age 31. So the doctor is going to be very different than me. We only share 15 years of history. Basically, the branch point was when we saw some people getting beat up. Our Jan just ignored it. Dr. Jan jumped in without thinking. Another shitty day at school. You're taking the longer route home. Hey, what's that fight about? The girl shouts for help. She's looking straight at you. You should intervene, instinctively, without thinking. You lunge forward. They take her wallet and start running. Before you know it, you're chasing them. Mind records analysis. Initiating branching procedure. Branching in progress. Oh, looks like the doctor's got a full-ass beard. Simulating life path. Odd moment to become a doctor, right? Feels like a superhero origin story, honestly. Branching procedure complete. New awareness ready. Doctor. Alright, let's check out the doctor's life. So at 15, he helped out that person. You stop, gasping for breath. The thieves are gone. You look around. You've never been here before. There are people sleeping on the street. Beggars, junkies. Then you see him. They call him Doc. He's handing out food and medicine. Like a saint among sinners. He sees you. What the hell are you doing here, boy? Off with you. Go home. Dr. Dolski rolls off the tongue nicely. Yeah, you're right. He kind of looks like Doc Ock. Maybe he's that kind of dog. 16 years old, Edgar. You wake up on the street, your father's words from last night ringing in your ears. You're useless, boy. You were right to reel back at him. But Mom, so passive in all this. You remember the rage and the urge to just take your things and leave. You're on your own now, scared and cold, but hey, is that the street doctor? He's smiling at you, asking if you're all right. The name's Edgar, he says. Oh, interesting. So in this timeline, we actually ran away from home and ended up homeless at 16. 17. Proud of yourself. You did it. You saved a life. That girl was about to OD and you were there for her. Suddenly you feel proud of yourself. And you know Edgar's proud of you too. Like Dad would never be. It was such a good decision to leave home. Edgar's a man of values, and living with him has made you realize who you want to be. A doctor, just like him. 19. Jan kind of looks like Peter Parker here. he's giving Peter Parker in this little image. They call you a natural talent, but they don't know how hard you've been working for this. Working as a paramedic to pay tuition fees, burning the midnight oil to study for exams, this apprenticeship is a dream come true. Finally, you'll get to see how things work in a hospital. Observe doctors other than Edgar in action. Become even better. Dolski, MD, at 23. Jeez. You like these afternoons with Edgar, when you can cook for him and he tells you what's up on the streets. You worry that he shouldn't be working so much at his age. You can't wait to break the news to him. You're the youngest junior doctor at the center. He'll be proud. Maybe agree to a bit of celebration, even. Yeah, MD at 23 is insanely impressive. I like this story so far, too, because clearly we replace our abusive, awful dad with Edgar, this really nice father figure. The only issue is that it seems like we left mom behind. Every other Jan loved their mom and felt deeply for her, and when she passed, it affected them, and I understand, like, obviously mom was never willing to stand up to dad, and this timeline we said fuck it and left completely, but it is kind of sad that, you know, we left mom behind, I guess. 23 years old, an oath in your heart. You stare at him in bewilderment, your father, here, in your doctor's office. You listen to him talk about mom's illness and how he found you. So, it's pushing her up the waiting line. It's madness. He has no idea who you are, what you're trying to do. Be fair to people, treat everyone equally. It's an oath you took in your heart, and he wants you to break it, but it's mom. You can't pretend not to care. You're absolutely right. I just complained about how mom was no longer in our life, and here we are. Next slide. The timing was pretty good. Okay, so this is another branching point. So we obviously take the top path here, betraying yourself. You know you're betraying yourself, but you're not stone cold. You can't just leave mom like this when she needs you. You reach for the phone and start making calls. 24 years old, mother and son. Look at her recovering so quickly, all thanks to that quick and accurate diagnosis. Flipping through her results, you know she's gonna be alright. Oh, no way, mom's actually gonna live in this timeline. This is the only timeline we've had so far where mom lives. Still, it's a shame about dad. For a moment, you really hoped he'd changed. At least the treatment gave mom the strength to leave him. Yes, mom! Get it! Fuck you, dad! And it feels like you two can start again as mother and son. Okay, I love this story so far. Actually, I'm scared to say that because I feel like something terribly, horribly wrong is gonna happen soon, but right now, we're setting ourselves up for a potentially happy ending. Oh, no, here it is. 25 years old, disappointment. I knew I spoke too soon. Edgar didn't answer your call again. Part of you feels he's right to be disappointed. You put your personal happiness first. How easily you've forgotten about your oath to help the poor and the lonely. How far you've wandered from being on the street with them to living in a cozy studio. What if you just got rid of everything and started over? Honestly, that's bullshit. Just because I don't live on the street and I live in a nice apartment means I've, like, thrown out my morals and my oath to help people? The fact that Edgar won't even talk to me, that's on him, not me, I think. That is really bullshit. Please tell me someone clipped Digitiff saying, yeah, fuck you, Dad. Hey, Sleepy, I hope your kids aren't listening again today. I hate to be a digital bad influence. All you had to do to save mom was become a fucking doctor, yeah. I think this is more of the fact that you decided to use your connections to help yourself, I guess. It's tough, right? Like, it's tough. 27 years old, wearing yourself out. Oh yeah, no, things are going downhill quickly. 2 slides ago, I was like, this is great. I love this timeline, and yep, down it goes. I'm a jinx, apparently, according to Euro. You wake up in the middle of the night. They tell you the fever lasted 5 days. You don't remember anything. Slowly, it all comes back to you. A war-scarred village, the local community, your days and nights of treating hungry children, wearing yourself out. You reach for your phone, still no reply from Edgar. You fall back into a slumber. One lapse in an oath to save your mom and suddenly you throw your life away? Nah, yeah, that's clunky at best. Okay, I'm glad someone agrees with me on that, TS. Thank God he was a real doctor and didn't get a doctorate in cello. I always love those memes where it's like airplane attendant. Is there a doctor on the plane? Me with a PhD in cello. Pulls out instrument. Yes, how can I help? Doctorate in interpretive dance here. I'm guessing that in this corporate dystopia future, the US style of no insurance, you get to die on the streets medical cover is pretty widespread. Yeah, I think you're probably right there. Now's my time. Okay, 30 years old, someone to confide in. It's funny how relative things are. You'd think there's more work than ever, but things are much easier when you have someone to confide in. Eshe is so supportive. Oh, interesting. In this timeline, we have someone different too. It's not Lena. In every other timeline, it was the same woman, but we meet someone different here. Eshe. She's doing so much for the community. Instead of benefiting from being the mayor's wife, she goes out to people and she helps you out a lot. You'd love to talk to her. Oh, wait. She's the mayor's wife? Oh. Are we gonna be the next Coldplay concert couple? You guys have seen those memes, right? I feel like no one has been on the internet over the past 3 days and hasn't seen the memes about the couple from the Coldplay concert. But very topical. I'm a doctor of analytical chemistry. Damn! We got a smarty in the chat. I can't prescribe the medicine, but I can check that it's definitely the medicine it's supposed to be. But yeah, I have been living for the Coldplay couple of memes over the last couple of days. It is just, you know, there's times like, I feel like 9 times out of 10, the internet is a horrible, awful cesspool of a place. And then every now and then something happens that really brings everyone together and just makes everyone laugh. This is that. I really enjoyed being on the internet for the past 3 days. Shout out to those people who got their lives ruined at the Coldplay concert because they are giving life to the rest of us. Anyway, let's see how this works out with Eshe. Cooking for the community. The free kitchen was a great idea. You remember how much cooking for Edgar meant to you. Eshe is so deft with providing supplies through her foundation, and you're finding joy in making people happy by cooking for them. You need to write to Mom for some of her recipes. Surely you could adjust them to local ingredients. So it looks like after Edgar low-key shamed me, I worked myself almost to death and decided to make a change and instead go into the community. It looks like, you know, we're obviously in perhaps a rural, underprivileged community here, and we've really settled in, which seems like it's good for us. Oh, and the doctor's a fucking cook too. Whoop-de-doo. This guy's everything. Handsome, full beard, doctor, cook. Yep. Oh, and here's the familiar guilt. Uh-oh, here it is. Coldplay time. Guilt, such a familiar feeling. It all seemed so innocent at first, your relationship with Eshe, but of course it wasn't. You were selfish and you dragged her down. It was just a matter of time before her husband found out. An affair. That sounds so immoral. Are you immoral, John? Is this who you are? A selfish, worthless asshole who keeps making bad choices and then just runs away from them? Where do you run to now? Doctor, cook, fuckboy. I mean, Eshe, ooh. So it looks like hubby took the kids and left. And then 33 years old, get it right this time. Redemption. You keep thinking about it lately. What does it mean? Does it lie in space, in that mysterious substance everyone's talking about? Going on one of these missions must require a lot of self-discipline and sacrifice. Maybe you should go, find a cure for hunger. That would be something, but can you get it right this time? And then 35 years old, Project Dolly. You feel elated as you imagine yourself on the other side in distant space, far away from your past, your flaws, and disappointments. Out there, you know you can finally be true to your values, make yourself proud. Honestly, I think the moral of the story here is that Doctor is way too hard on himself. Like, did he make a couple of mistakes? Yes, absolutely. He had an affair with this woman. I mean, I don't know if getting mom treatment was a mistake. I don't know if I can go so far as to say that. it feels like he accomplished a lot in his life. And most importantly, did a lot of good. He saved a lot of people's lives. He helped out a lot of people. And in the end, he still feels so unfulfilled. And honestly, I think it all comes back to Edgar. I said at the beginning this timeline was better because we replaced our terrible dad with a better one. But honestly, Edgar seems to be just as terrible a dad as our real dad was. He also gave us no validation, no support. In the end, this version of myself had daddy issues too, and we brought that right to outer space. That's how it seems. Edgar was not a better dad. Well, he was better, but that's a low bar. Yeah, he was better at first until our paths diverged, and then he just wanted nothing to do with me anymore, which seems so cruel. The mom treatment is a tough one, but being a fuckboy is all on him. Yeah, we can all agree that having an affair with a married woman is a mistake. Absolutely, but like, again, I just feel so sad for him at the end. He truly feels like his whole life has been a series of mistakes to this point. But it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem that way to me. What happened to Mom after she survived again? It looked like she just lived a happy life. She left Dad. I moved away to live in this community, and apparently I just write her letters and stuff, but I guess Mom lived happily ever after as a single independent woman who needed no man. Yeah, I don't know. So there you have it. That's Doctor's life path, so obviously exploring that gives us a lot of insight as to who he is as a person, how his mind operates, and how we can communicate with him in the future. But for now, we are just going to birth him. Did I birth him? No, hang on. I don't know if I did it. Is he being birthed? If I can find the womb, we'll find out. Yes, yes. He'll be ready in 8 hours. I don't like coming into the womb ever since we lost Molly, so this is my first time in here in quite some time. But if you were ever wondering how you grow a 35-year-old man, this is what it looks like. This is the process. All right. Well, Doctor is growing. Let's see. We're making the MRI scanner, which is perfect. Doctor will pop out and we'll be like, "Hey, Doc, can you do an MRI?" All right, that's good. Scientist is in research lab, and we've got a million things to research. Do anomaly shield. Technicians out at the minerals outpost. We're doing good on minerals, organics, and rubidium. What we need now is metals. So what I'm going to do today is head outside and see if I can find a source of metals. Wonder if the peach-colored goo is peach-flavored, too. Bronny says, only one way to find out. Hashtag for science. Okay, I just wanted to look at the map to see if I had found a spot with any metals. We have enriched metals, but I prefer to just find regular metals if I can. There's a bunch of high climbs over there that I haven't investigated, and there's a bunch of high climbs over here that I haven't investigated. So let's try over here first. There's only 3 of us right now? Yes, hence why getting rubidium was a priority, to get more of us. So as soon... we actually have enough rubidium and enough slots that as soon as Doctor's done, we can make another one as well. Now to do that though, I think we're gonna need to build another bed, because I think our current bunk room only has 4 beds in it, so before we expand past 4 altars, I'm gonna need to do a little bit of base management. Ooh, more luggage! Secret alien. A murderous alien hides among the crew of a space mission. Oh, I feel like that's too topical to watch. That will bring no one any joy, only anxiety. But hey, new movie is a new movie, I guess. Then over here we've got two things. A self-made mug. A very imperfect mug I made in a free community center workshop. The instructor encouraged me to highlight the imperfections, saying the true worth of a piece lies in its authenticity. And also a lava lamp. Can you imagine you're going to space and you're like, what should I pack? I know, my lava lamp. Like, what? How did this even survive the journey and the crash landing onto the planet? A silly thing I asked Mom to buy me when I was a child. I loved it, then grew bored with it and threw it into the attic. I found it again many years later and started to appreciate the calm, almost hypnotizing moves of the goo. I wonder if Mom also appreciated it. That is a sturdy fucking lamp.
Yes. I was missing that.
Okay. So this brings us back around to the enriched metals portion. And that's where we put the sensor. Can't get through there because there's an energy gate. We have to go up and around, which we can. Okay. So going to put a technician in the kitchen to make some food. Okay, so we have the MRI scanner made, but it looks like I now need to install it in the infirmary, so I will do that later. For now, I'm going to go... I mean, this is such a big area. I guess I'll go back up where we saw the rupidium before. It's probably easiest if I just fast travel from here. Or, I guess... I mean, we know there's rupidium up there. I didn't see any sign of metals, though, so maybe I should go the other way to look for metals. Maybe I should go up closer to the minerals outpost. Let's see. So from here, there's a climb. Ah, yes. Right away, I think we found our minerals. Or, sorry, our metals. I keep saying minerals, but I mean to say metals. Yeah, metals, deep deposit. Metals, minerals, potato, potato. Can't see where the other core is. I don't know how to eliminate this thing. It just keeps coming right at me and I hate it. Leave me alone. I need to get rid of this thing, or I'm not going to be able to get the deposit. Oh, there's a core. Okay. You see how this one, like, doesn't have a core? So I don't know how to get rid of it.
All done. Should I take care of this now?
Huh. What the hell? What am I supposed to do with this thing? I just want to set up an outpost. Look below. Ah! No!
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Oh, yes, there it is. Thank you. Thank you. It was indeed below. Got a lot of radiation from that. But on the bright side, I did get rid of it. Now, let's try to set up an outpost here. Speaking of below, I wonder if the deposit is below. Now, I feel like it's probably up here. There's a lot of, like, little rocks over this way. Or not. Looks like we're not getting a PowerPoint presentation this time despite the radiation. Okay, that's good news. Maybe Twitch has decided to give me a bit more bitrate. Ooh, I think I almost got it. Hooray! Alright, perfect. Now we can get some metals. The issue is... Oh, I guess I don't have to... I was gonna say we're gonna have to really put a network of pylons here, but no, I don't think we actually need to go that far. No, we can connect right here, actually. Why is that not connecting? Huh, okay. There we go. Perfect! Alright. So, I'll spend some time at the metals outpost before we go home. A new altar is ready! Alright, let's go home. Perfect, so we've got 3 mining outposts set up now. Organics, minerals, and metals, so that's good. If we could set up one more for rupidium, that would be ideal, but perhaps not completely necessary. I'm gonna go install the MRI scanner into the infirmary first. And then we can scan ourselves using the MRI in the evening. I guess we'll wait. I'll go wake up Doctor first. It might be nice to have him around when we do that. And it looks like Technician also wants to chat. Or I want to chat with him. I'm going to give him the lava lamp.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
My lava lamp? You kept it?
Sure. It's one of a few cool keepsakes from our childhood.
Yeah. Mom and I like to sit by it in the evening, talking and joking. It reminds me of that period when life was challenging, but also really fucking great.
Well, I'm glad he liked the lava lamp. Now, let's go wake up our new friend. Welcome aboard, Doc. As your first task, can I please have a comprehensive checkup? Can't wait for the doctor to bring the mood down immediately. How do we get an automatic graviton field sensor, yet the miner head needs to be manually piloted, not to mention a ship that steers itself? Yeah, it's weird what things are automated and what things are not. Hey, E9! Wow, E9 said, y'all want to meet the doctor? Well, you're gonna have to sit through an ad first. Redeemed ad time. All you non-subscribers, you can thank E9 for that one. Should I wait and wake him up till after the ad's over? I feel bad waking him up in the middle of the ad. Maybe the writers watch too much Armageddon and think mining is harder than space. Time to wake up, Doctor. Everyone will meet you on the other side of this ad break.
Hey there. Time to wake up. Don't be freaked out, okay? Everything's fine. Yeah, of course. Right. So, where do you think you are? Oh, looks like,
I love how he
where
came
I'm
with
supposed to be.
glasses. Like the womb created a whole man
And
plus accessories.
9.
Thank you for the hydration, Bronny. Hey, welcome home, Alana. Alana was at a CPR training course this morning doing doctor things, and we actually just created our alter ego, the Doctor. This is Dr. Me. You needed a pair of these glasses, I think.
Yes.
I told everyone about our murder mystery party tonight, and Alana stopped to get some accessories. My character is a older woman, and it is recommended that she wear hair rollers. So I do not own any hair rollers, but luckily the dollar store had them in a variety of colors that Alana picked up for me. So I'm all ready to go for tonight.
Got some sick press-on nails.
Oh wow, we are going to be the epitome of trailer trash tonight, and it is going to be good. She has neon yellow press-on nails. I don't know what her character is. We're keeping all of our characters secret from each other until tonight. But all I know is she's got some high heels, a fur coat, and now neon yellow press-on nails. So I've got a feeling I can make some assumptions as to what type of character she's playing.
Unrelated, aren't these the most beautiful Sharpies you've ever seen?
Wow, yeah, I wish I didn't have Digitiff today so I could show off all your purchases to stream, but
Tallara was slapping today.
she got some great RGB hair rollers. Yes. Tell Elena about the brain film. Yes, okay, so Doctor's opinion on this one. Hang on, she's putting down her dollar store goods. So I told you about the premise of this game, about how I'm creating like clones of myself. So the first clone that we made before I cloned myself was a sheep, of course, because yeah, her name was Molly. Yeah, I think it was a play on Dolly. So anyway, me and Molly were the first ones on this ship before I created any others. So you can imagine me and Molly created a tight bond. Of course, I woke up one day and Molly was dead. So we have a scientist on board, one of my alter egos, and he performed a rudimentary autopsy to see what killed her. Oh, Alana said it's called a necropsy when it's an animal. Well, they didn't say that in the game. I know you're flexing, that's why we're telling you. So Molly had a mysterious film on her brain, and she died of a brain aneurysm. So we're now trying to figure out what it is, if it's some sort of weird space parasite or virus. Was it brain aneurysm, he said? I don't know. It was something to do with the brain, but yes, he found a translucent film on her brain. What do you think that's all about? Some sort of alien virus?
Yeah, I mean, film on the brain is like a meningitis.
That's what Meerkat said, meningitis.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know if it's alien meningitis or not, but that's why I just birthed my doctor alter ego, because we're going to get him to look into it. We just built an MRI machine so we can all scan our brains and make sure there's no film. So... Oh, it was a ruptured aneurysm that caused a hemorrhage, is what they said on the sheep's brain.
Oh, so there wasn't the film was blood. Then that checks out.
No, they said there was a film, too. Oh, I don't know. We're working with rudimentary knowledge here. That's why I birthed this doctor.
Because if it ruptured an aneurysm and the blood, that makes sense. Well, I don't know, two separate things, I can't.
Alright, well, stay
It's
tuned.
important.
Once we get our MRIs done, I'll keep you updated if we all have brain film. Yeah.
We only had a scientist do the necropsy.
Yeah, exactly,
I'll
so...
be in next time. I'll nip back.
Well, when we were doing it, I was like, I wish Alana was here to give her 2 cents, but... And outer space viruses, but... Yeah, anyway, thought you might be interested.
Interesting. Interesting weirdly.
All right, what are we saying? I gotta be honest, I'm not sure what Doctor said, but it looks like you guys voted and said I wouldn't have put it better, so we'll just go with what you guys said, sure.
Exactly.
Oh, and he hated that. Great, thanks guys.
Better myself. You're on the mission you were supposed to depart on, but circumstances have changed, and you're someone slightly different than you think you are. Huh. You look like me, and you seem to know me well. I feel like I'm looking into a distorted mirror.
Hang on, do I have an accent?
Some kind of metaphysical experience.
What the fuck? Why does Doctor have a southern drawl? That was unexpected. He's the first one that has had like an accent. And I mean, like, fair enough. Clearly he grew up in a different part of the world than I did, but he's got a little twang there. Is this some kind of metaphysical experience? On the contrary.
On the contrary, it's all very physical. Really? Yeah, I'll explain everything, but first I need to go through some routine questions with you. You know who you are? Sound question. A lifetime isn't enough to find the answer. Look, it's not a test. Stating your name and role on this mission will be enough. Okay. In that case, my name is Jan Dolski. I volunteered to join the crew as a physician. I passed all the tests. They told me my resume was adequate. So, what went wrong?
He spent years doing charity work in impoverished third world areas like the Deep South. Yeah, I guess he picked up an accent along the way. So he was banging the wife of a small southern town's mayor. Yeah, so that became an even bigger scandal, I think. What went wrong? I mean, I gotta be honest, I feel like the Doctor would appreciate the honesty. So, yeah, I think you guys have the right idea here by saying, I'll be honest with you, a lot went wrong. Oh, no, he hated that too.
A lot of things went wrong. This will sound disturbing, but my name is Jan Dolski, too. I'm the one who went on this mission, but things got complicated and I needed help. So, I decided to create alternative versions of myself with different memories of their lives, different skills, and you're one of them. What? Wait, does that mean, yeah, you're my alter. But my life, I was supposed to. I wanted to make amends.
You don't have to worry about that anymore, or plenty of good deeds to be done here. I feel like plenty of good deeds to be done here is probably better. Because if we're just like, you don't gotta worry about anything anymore, that's not really gonna help, I don't think. Versus if we say, well, you might not be able to fix those, but you can fix these issues. Yeah, plenty of good deeds to be done here.
And you can still do that, believe me, plenty of good deeds to be done here. You don't understand.
Yeah, he liked that.
I need to fix things. Everything's connected. My scars, the blisters on my hands. Wow. They're so impeccable. And my tattoo, it's gone. What happened to me? Who am I?
Didn't I just explain this?
Please. I know this is a lot to process.
Don't worry, all your trauma was meaningless.
Not the first to be going through this. Talking to the others might help you understand it all better. Take your time. Try to settle in gradually. Read the mission logs.
Mission logs. I'm not dead, right? This isn't it.
My guy, you can quite literally fix yourself by treating the altars, yeah. I mean, it's really interesting every time we wake up an altar, seeing how they react to the situation. I mean, there's no, like, quote, good way to react when you suddenly wake up and being hit with this. It's a lot to process. I feel like no matter what I say, there's no way to make them feel like 100% perfectly comfortable and happy. There's gonna be anxiety no matter what until they have some time to settle in. Yeah, read the mission logs, speak to some of the other altars, but it is always interesting to see how each altar processes receiving all this information. I'll go with the majority here and say death is something we're actually trying to avoid.
Death is something we're trying to avoid. That's why you're here.
Okay. The absurd man says yes, and his efforts will henceforth be unceasing. Come again. Just a quote that came to me from, never mind. Just get some rest.
Alright, the doctor is born. Welcome, doctor. Now, I'm wondering, do you think he's in the right headspace to observe my MRI? Guess we'll find out, because I'm gonna go try it. Use MRI. Hang on, the option was there. Use MRI.
Okay. Just lie still and think of
Oh,
something
scientist is
engaging.
watching.
When will you have the results? Not before I finish scanning everybody. You're the first one, so after we finish, you can go to bed and come back in the morning. I should know more by then. Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Core memory created. That time I got an MRI? Seems like a weird thing to make a core memory of, but alright, the altars are gathering in the infirmary.
Yeah.
Guess it's their turn.
Just fine.
I guess Doctor doesn't need a scan because he's
Feels
newly
like,
born.
Waiting for high school finals or something.
That time I gave myself an MRI. Scientist is awesome and really tries his best. He can be a bit tough to deal with sometimes, but we're obviously very fortunate to have him. And having a doctor on board now as well should be helpful also. So in terms of assignments, apparently doctor is also good in the kitchen, so that's where we'll put him tomorrow. Just want to check production. We got some raw food. Make some more of that. Queue up a bunch of cooked meals in the workshop. I don't mind getting that done. Put technician there. Research lab for scientist, where he is currently researching anomaly shield +1. Wow, that is hard to say. Then we're also going to research Alix metals conversion. Nice, yeah. Because we've got a lot of Alix actually that we can refine. We can currently only refine it to organics, but if we could refine it to metals, that would be really nice. Right. What's on the mission tab? Let's take a look. Main goals are the Great Anomaly. A huge anomaly is standing in our way. We need to get rid of it to continue our journey, and we're still waiting for scientists to get back to us about what he wants to do. Clearly, I guess it's going to be these neutralization towers, but I can't research them yet until we have a chat about it. And then the value of life. Molly passed away. We need to find out what happened to her. I got my MRI scanned, and we need to wait until the morning. You meant research? I'm researching anomaly shield and Alix metals conversion. I guess the little exclamation point was because I had some new stuff there that I hadn't checked out yet. Alright, let's get some rest, I guess. Day 44. Alright, let's go ask scientists for the scan results. Actually, before I do that, I want to make a quick stop into, Command Center. Take a look at some of these. So, I mentioned if we're gonna make another altar, we're gonna need another dormitory, because the one we have now only fits 4 people. So, there's a couple things we're gonna need to do before we make more altars. First, make another dormitory. If we're gonna get the shrink, we also need to do the contemplation room. So these 2 are basically necessary before we get our next altar, and both of them require metals, so that's what we're gonna have to prioritize. I think I saw actually in the research section there was personal cabin. Unlocks a personal cabin where 1 altar can sleep. Privacy has a positive effect on the altar's mood. So I guess our other option, instead of building a dormitory, is to build a personal cabin, but we'll see. There's only how many beds? I think I've just solved why one of my altars won't talk to me. There's only 4. So if you have more than 4 beds, one of your altars is going to be pissed. Or more than 4 altars, but only 4 beds. Do you have our results, scientist?
So, you have our results? Yes. It was a long night, but everyone got scanned. I've just finished running the results through our medical software.
I don't like his tone.
And?
It's worrying.
Well,
oh, fuck.
There's no easy way to put it.
Oh, no.
It's there. The mutated tissue.
Oh, no.
It's growing in our brains. What? You mean we all have it? No. Not all. Almost everyone is affected. But there's one exception.
Me.
You.
Yep.
Jan.
So it's something to do with the cloning technology.
Holy shit. Yeah. You know what that means?
Oh, dang. Yeah, so it's either the rapidium is at fault or it's caused by the accelerated growth, I guess. Everyone has brain cancer! Yay! Or we just say, I don't know, you're the smart one, spell it out for me. Hey, Jazzy. Jazzy says, I have awoken to some of the greatest news. My Switch will be here today instead of Tuesday. Hell yeah! Is there anything better than when a shipping window gets moved up? We love when things come early rather than late. That's so exciting. Well, I guess you have Saturday night plans now. What, I'm not sure if I asked you this, Jazzy. What games did you pick up with your Switch 2? I know a lot of Switch 2 gamers are playing the new Donkey Kong game this weekend. It is getting glowing reviews. I was talking about this on Thursday's stream, actually. I was not a Donkey Kong fan growing up. I didn't play a lot of Donkey Kong games. But this new Donkey Kong game is getting like literally 10s, 10s, 10s across the board. So when I get my Switch 2 for Christmas, I might just have to indulge in basically my first ever Donkey Kong game because it looks good. You got Mario Kart? Nice. Yeah, figured. All right, it looks like the majority of you guys want me to say, I don't know, you're the smart one, so sure, why don't we get scientists to spell it out for us? Let's hope Doctor can perform brain surgeries, including on himself.
I don't know. You tell me, you're
Hey,
the
Muffin.
smart one. Well...
Oh, he actually liked that.
You're the only one who wasn't created during this mission. There has to be something in the process we and Molly went through that caused this mutation. What was it exactly? It's too early to say. It could be rapidium, it could be the speed with which brain tissue was forced to grow, or even some external circumstances such as radiation that could have disrupted the process. There are 2 things we know for sure. One, creating any other altar will most probably result in the same condition, and 2, if we don't find a cure, we will all die, just like the sheep. The whole crew, except for you. It's a matter of days.
Days? Is this the moment you want to talk about how you feel?
Look, man, I know you're not the emotional type, but is this the moment you want to talk about how you feel? I appreciate what you're trying to do here. Stop and think about it for a moment before we move on to try and find a solution. But what do you want me to say? If you look at it from a certain angle, death is a logical outcome of events. I suppose not knowing exactly what caused it bothers me more than not being immortal. The only thing I'm really scared of is the possibility that this mission will fail because I won't be around.
That's true. Molly died in 30-something days, and a lot of these altars are approaching that mark, so yeah, they probably don't have much time left. So, how do we find a cure?
So, how do we find a cure? Well, I don't know. Try as I might, this is where my expertise ends.
Oh god, okay. That's not what I wanted to hear. Usually scientist always has the answers, but in this instance, I guess not. Techie will be the first to go if they start dropping in order of creation, no? Yeah, that's correct. Techie was the first one we made. This is a contact Earth thing. Look for any research anyone can send us. Hopefully, if they are willing, even. Yeah, I don't even know what to say of this. Gotta talk to Maxwell about this, absolutely. And hopefully we can talk to Doctor about it, too. I mean, I know he was just born yesterday, but you'd have to think he might be able to help, maybe. You guys want me to say, come on, you always know? Alright.
Oh, come on. I don't believe that. You always have something smart-ass to say about everything. And you never give up, do you? I have to say, it's contagious. I don't know, Jan. Maybe the people who told you to branch yourself will be able to help us. Maybe. I am still waiting on a call from Lucas about the coordinates. It's worrying he hasn't got in touch yet. Well, let's hope he does. In the meantime, the best we can do is focus on getting rid of that gravity distortion. Even if we can't make it to the end of the mission, at least we can clear the path for you. Okay, Matt. Thanks.
Well, it's not the news I wanted, but to be honest, it's probably the news that I expected. Obviously, Technician is feeling a little bit of anxiety about it all.
I was skeptical about wasting so much time on collecting more Epitium for some mining ops jerk.
Of course you were.
But I gotta admit, the idea that we can make a difference down there, it's not a bad thought.
Are they all gonna die? Apparently, if we don't find some sort of solution.
More time than you.
How do you feel about the bad news?
Hey, man. How are you taking it? First Molly dying, and now your condition. It must be hard for you.
How am I taking it? Well, I've been thinking. If Molly was the first one you created, and I was the second one, does that mean I'm next in line?
Oh, God. What do we say here? Why are we ourselves on this mission? What's our specialty? I don't know if we had a specialty. I think we were basically just like a grunt. Manual labor type of thing. Oh, we've split the vote 3 ways. Oh, we were a builder. That's right. That's right. That's what we are. He appreciates honesty, yeah. I feel like I want to give him reassurance, though. I'm gonna go with not on my watch.
No one else is dying. Not on my watch.
You seem pretty confident about it. The way Molly went was just so sudden. The irony is, I liked being around that creature.
Also, oh my god, a wild Azurill has appeared on the stream. Look how adorable it is! I need to try to catch it. I'll start the Twitch voting. And then I'm gonna throw a Pokeball at this adorable Azurill. Poke-catch! Give me! Everyone's tossing their Pokeballs for this little cutie. Look at him just bouncing in the corner. Oh, I love Azurill. One of the all-time cutest Pokemon, in my opinion. You guys want me to say, really? Talking to a sheep consoled you? Of course it did. I love talking to Muffin. I understand completely why he would like talking to Molly, but... majority rules, I suppose.
Really? Talking to a sheep consoled you?
Yeah. Got a problem with that? Reminded me of Mom's dreams. She always wanted to move to the country and settle down on a farm. Don't you remember? She wanted to raise sheep. It only came back to me after Molly went.
Yeah. True, I'd forgotten about that. Dad never took those dreams seriously. And neither did we.
That's an understatement. We absolutely hated them. Her annoying love of nature. Every weekend she'd go,
Yay, I caught a
why don't we
Azurill!
go for a walk? See how the park has changed since last week.
The cutie is mine! There's no way we're saying boring here. I am exerting my authority as Supreme Stream Overlord and saying, I wish I said yes more often.
Looking back, I wish I'd said yes more often.
Yeah.
Oh, although
Our
apparently
idea
that
of
made him
perfect day is
sad.
to stay in our room all day and play games.
Luckily, she let it go eventually.
Oh no. Now, she gave up on us, but she never let go of her sanctuary.
Sanctuary? What do you mean?
In the park? The bench? Yeah. She couldn't have a house in the country, so she found herself a hideout in the city. Her favorite bench. She revealed her little secret to me years later. You're telling me she never took you there?
No.
No. Right. I guess that's because it was after Dad moved out. You were gone by that time.
We got another 3 options if you guys want to vote. I chose the other options in my playthrough, so I was curious. Yeah, that's fair. I know that Brawny sometimes just votes like for the other option, which I think is a totally valid way to vote. And like Meerkat says, a lot of the answers do give negative reactions. It's just that some are worse than others. What was it like?
What was it like? Actually, it was beautiful. And finally,
I wanted to
was
vote
old
3
enough to
there, but
sit
I'm not a
still
total
for 5
sociopath.
minutes, just look at freaking trees with her. Doesn't sound very special, but it was. You wouldn't understand. And after she passed, I went to sit on that bench on my own. Every time I was down, I went there. It comforted me. I guess I could really use a place like that now.
Gosh. I mean, I don't know what else to expect when speaking to people about their terminal diagnosis, but it's sad. We did just get an optional task. Look out for something that might comfort the technician. The technician would like to spend some time in nature. I need to think of something. Speaking of nature, let's check in with the botanist next. Hey, buddy, how you holding up?
Hey, how are you holding up? What do you think? You heard the news, didn't you? We're going to die.
I won't let that happen.
Don't worry, okay? I won't let that happen. Good, Jan. Do something. Because I don't want to go. I'm not ready. Not yet.
Dang, that was short and sweet, but it looks like we did boost his mood a little bit with my reassurances, so that's good. Now, Doctor is apparently in small storage. Why are you in storage? Oh, and he just took the elevator back up. Weird that he didn't bring up the wife there. That's a first. Here's Doctor. How you holding up?
Hey, how are you holding up?
It's, all very confusing. Things are happening so quickly. I've just woken up to this strange reality, and now... death? I thought I was prepared for it when I applied for this mission, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's gotta be tough. Literally waking up yesterday and today being told you've only got days to live. I can't imagine. In the meantime, I do have a few things for you. First of all, I found this watch.
Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and I thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
Huh. My old watch.
The award we got for civil bravery. It was nice that someone appreciated our sacrifice.
Civil bravery? Wait. That boy at the contest. Yeah. That's when I realized how good it feels to help somebody. Thank you.
I've also got this mug.
Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and, I thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
Huh. I remember that mug.
Not bad for an amateur, right?
It's the imperfections that make it perfect. Thank you.
Okay, well, hopefully speaking to everybody boosted their moods a little bit. Technician's okay. Scientist is pleased. Botanist is okay. Doctor is frightened. That's fair. Okay, so I've got everyone on their assignments for today. Workshop, research lab, kitchen, greenhouse, which means I'm going out to the metals outpost to mine some metals. Done in the workshop, then I want you in the refinery. Anomaly shield. Your suit has been equipped with an anomaly shield, which automatically deflects radiation from anomalies. Ooh! The shield has 1 charge, but you can expand the amount up to 3 charges through research, and you can recharge it using the shield recharge item, which is something new that we can make. Okay. That's pretty good. So with that, we can now research neutralizer towers, which we'll do. And then we can queue up some more food in the kitchen. Keep mining.
All done. Should I take care of this now?
Sure.
More to do here. Should I move there?
Sure.
No, I'd like to talk to you.
And it looks like we're getting a phone call. Alright, we mined a ton of metals today. Very productive day. Now let's get back, and it looks like we got a phone call, and the doctor wants to speak to us as well, so... We'll start with a phone call, because we're right here. Lucas is calling.
Lucas, what took you so long?
Man, finally. I was trying to reach you for days, but I was getting some crazy distortions. I had to reprogram the frequency. What the hell is going on out there? Is the base safe?
What do we say here? Do we say there's a gravitational anomaly in our way, or do we say that that's not our worst problem right now? Either one could work, I guess. You guys want to say there's a gravity anomaly in our way? Alright.
No, it's not. We stopped again, in the middle of a great big canyon this time. There's a massive gravity field distortion in front of us.
Gravity distortion. Shit. That would explain why I couldn't get through to you for so long. This is not good news, Jan. You need to find a way to neutralize it. Have you managed to collect any data?
Yes, I've placed a gravity sensor.
Yeah, I built a gravity sensor. Looks like I'm gonna need to set up some neutralizing towers on the canyon rooftop.
So, you already have a solution. Well done. That's good news. Anything else I should know about?
How do we put it? Do we say the sheep died, or do we just cut right to the chase and say my altars, they're sick? What do you guys think? $50-50 split on the vote. I'll cut right to the chase. My altars, they're sick.
My altars. They're suffering from a mysterious disease.
They're sick and not on the mic this time.
What do you mean?
Some strange brain mutation. Molly. The sheep I had to create to test Rapidium had it too. She died without warning.
Shit, Jan. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
What about you?
I'm fine. It's just them.
Oh.
Hey, Janko, how goes the multiverse existential crisis? It goes. Crisis is the key word. It feels like there's always some sort of crisis. First, it was the sun trying to melt us. Now it's all of my altars having some sort of weird brain mutation. There's always some sort of issue that we need to try to find a solution for. And yeah, I think the most pressing issue right now, believe it or not, is not the sun, because it's still quite far away. We've got time in that department. What we don't have time for is this brain issue, whatever it is. It'd be fine if we were lurching from one crisis to the next, but the damn things overlap exactly, TS. And so it's hard to know what to prioritize. But in this particular instance, I think we need to prioritize the brain issues. Y'all split the vote on what you want me to say. I'm gonna go with maybe Rapidium's not so great after all.
Yeah. Rapidium. Not so great after all.
Yeah, I guess it couldn't be perfect. Nothing is. Not in this world. Still, we can't give up, Jan. Not yet. Maybe there's a cure. A method to undo this side effect. Tell me, do you know anything more about this condition?
I have MRI scans of the whole crew and Molly's autopsy report.
Wow. You've been busy.
What do you think we do up here? Sit on our ass and twiddle our thumbs? Jesus, Lucas. Oh, man. Okay. We got 2 dialogue options here. What is this guy's agenda, really? Or what exactly are you two up to? Yeah, I think I agree with you guys. I want to go with the second option. It's not just Maxwell who has an agenda. Lucas is his little crony, so it's the two of them. What exactly are you two up to?
Maxwell. You never told me he was the brain behind the branching procedure. What exactly are the two of you up to?
Up to? Who do you think we are, Jan? Some scheming comic book masterminds?
Maybe.
I never said anything about Maxwell's research because I don't want him to get into trouble. He must trust you a lot if he told you all about it. Or maybe he's simply so excited about what you've done, what it could mean for him, that he stopped caring about exposing himself.
Huh. Huh. Do we say his research must have been interesting, or I don't like the secrecy? I feel like either or could work here, honestly. His research must have been interesting? Alright.
His research must have been interesting. I mean, the corporation decided to shut it down. That says a lot.
Yeah, you're right. What can I say? Not many people were ready for it. Altering mind records. I mean, we were on the brink of a real revolution in cognitive science. But the practical implications, they could change so much more. And we were just a step away from getting it right.
We?
Yeah. I worked with him on Project Ela. That's why I followed him when he was transferred to mining ops.
Huh. What was Project Ela about?
That project. Ela.
That's been my theory, Meerkat. Meerkat says, did Maxwell create this disaster to prove his theories? And yeah,
By PTSD,
that's been sort of my suspicion.
Everyone else wrote them off. Except for Maxwell. He never gave a shit about what other people thought. He came up with new quantum-based technology to ease the pain of their trauma. Altering memories. Painful memories.
Interesting. So why was the project killed?
So, if Project Ela was so great, why was it killed?
Officially? Some corporate budget-cutting bullshit. But if you ask me, once the board realized what he was doing, they got scared. What they had in mind for our lab was a contract with the Army that could go on for years and guarantee state funding. They wanted to fix people so they could send them back into action. We wanted to cure them.
Barney says, you seem to be getting a bunch of different convo choices to what I remember getting. That's cool. I really like when games drastically alter in the conversations and the dialogue you get based on the choices you make, because it A, lends itself to replayability, and B, is also really great in this instance for streaming, that people can watch my stream and have a different experience to their own playthrough, which is really nice. So you think Maxwell can find a cure?
So, you think Maxwell could find a cure for my alters?
I don't know. But what you're doing is a continuation of his life's work. You can be sure he'll do everything to help you. I'll talk to him at once and relay your findings to him. We'll see what he thinks.
Okay.
In the meantime, you should focus on clearing your route out of that canyon. Neutralizing that gravity distortion might take some time and resources.
Roger that.
Hang in there, Jan. We'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Thanks, Lucas.
L7 out.
Okay, well, I guess now there's nothing we can do but wait for a call from Dr. Maxwell. In the meantime, we've got another conversation to have. Doctor wants to speak to us. He is sat in the corner with his head in his hands. Probably not a good sign. What's going on? How are you settling in?
How are you settling in? You joined us at a difficult moment. Believe me, before I got here, I've seen some of the most unfriendly places to live on our home planet. Not much can put me off. Want to know what really impresses me? The variety of walks of life in this base, all belonging to one man. It's amazing how different we are. Yeah. Guess I got used to it by now. I don't think I ever will. I noticed something else, too. The others. They have a lot of common memories, many things that they can relate to, but me? I seem to be different. More different, I mean. I think it must be because I branched away at some much earlier point in time.
That's absolutely it. Yeah, I know the exact moment. It was age 15.
I know the exact moment. Fight on the street on our way home from school. Some thugs robbing a teenager. So, that was it. Yeah. You went after them. I didn't. Wow. I acted on an impulse. You really think that such a small thing could have changed my life so completely?
Bronny asks, did you talk with ex-wife? We have talked to her in the past. We've had a couple of conversations with her. It didn't look like we had the opportunity to speak to her when we were at the communications console just then, if that's what you mean. What should we say here? It was an act of courage that's not small, or it's called the domino effect, or the butterfly effect, too. You guys want to hype him up? Call it an act of courage? Well, vote is split now. Back up. Act of courage, that's not small.
It was an act of courage. That's not a small thing. Courage? Huh. I don't think so. More like, thoughtlessness. I never thought about what I'd
Yeah,
do
I
if
meant
caught
ever
up
rather
with
than
him.
in this specific scenario. Okay, yes, so then yeah, we have talked to ex-wife. I think we've talked to her
Luckily for me, I never
twice.
did. But, I guess, without it, I'd have never seen an alternative to living with Mom and Dad. I'd never meet Edgar. Edgar, a retired doctor, my mentor. He worked down the streets of the slum district I ventured to, distributing food and medicine to the needy. Took me under his roof and taught me that however much you do for others, there's always room for you to become a better person. You just have to see it.
I don't know what to say here. Sounds like a wise man. I feel like the second one is what we need to say, because we've seen who the doctor turned into. He did put a lot of pressure on himself. He never felt like he was good enough. But at the same time, he also loves and idolizes Edgar, so maybe the correct response is to gas up Edgar and get on his good side. It's hard to know. Do you approach him with honesty and realism, or do you just tell him what he wants to hear? And you guys aren't helping me because you've split the vote right down the middle. Yes says my vote's on pleasantries and platitudes for now because he's new. And then Meerkat says always honesty, in my opinion. Splitting the vote again. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right. Jeez, it sounds like putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
Jeez, that sounds like putting a lot of pressure on yourself. It's like taking a hike in the mountains, Jan. Is it an effort? Yes. Do you feel overjoyed when you reach another summit? Yes. Do you want to climb a higher one next time? Of course you do. Because when you do it, you feel free. Free from any material needs and desires. Free from desires? Does that mean you're some sort of monk? No, Jan. Far from it. In fact, I was just going to approach you about something very human.
Go on.
Well, you see,
This is getting to be
I
a
look
very
around
deep
and I see
conversation.
these
Noella says, I want to punch this man in the face on site. Also, this is drive-by love, just grabbing quick lunch. Good to see you. I hope you have a yummy lunch and your day's going well so far.
Prosaic tasks.
Note to self, don't leave Noella and Dr. Jan in a room together.
We never pause because we're so afraid to die. But eventually, we will die anyway, right?
What do we say here? You're right, no escaping it in the end, or of course, but it does make a difference if we die now or later. I feel like myself, personally, I would go with option number 2. You're only 35 years old, Jan. You don't need to throw it all away.
Of course. But it does make a difference if we die now or later. Who knows? Maybe it makes more of a difference if we die happy or not. The only thing certain is the present moment, Jan. And I know one thing. We're not cherishing it enough. How can we cherish it? We can stop for a second and enjoy something special together. Let me prepare a feast for our group to feed not just the body, but the soul. Make everyone feel that even if their material life has to end, their existence will be timeless. A feast to celebrate our mortality on, let go of our fear. What do you say?
Damn, I gotta be honest, I didn't expect the doctor to be like this. I expected the doctor to be more similar to the scientist, very pragmatic and logical. But no, this guy is very, very different. I mean, I don't think a feast is a bad idea, especially considering the plethora of bad news we've been hit with lately. It is important to stop and smell the roses, if you will, and focus on the little moments and try to boost morale. This man reminds me of a youth pastor at a mega church. Maybe that's why I want to punch him. Yeah, the second he says that we need to open our hearts to Jesus, we'll punch him. I was fully expecting this to be a roundabout way of asking for a movie night. I'm still waiting for him to start dropping Bible verses any moment now. Yeah, seriously. I can see it. It's sort of edging on that territory. I'm gonna say, what do you need? We can, if he just needs, hopefully he just needs food, which if that's the case, that's not hard for us to get.
Okay. And what would you need to prepare such a feast? Don't worry, not much. I'm used to running a mass kitchen with only the basic ingredients. But I like to experiment with some recipes first. So I guess I'd like to ask you for some time and a decent amount of fresh greenhouse produce.
Okay. Oh, we've got raw food, so I can just say, why don't you start at once?
Why don't you start at once? We have enough supplies for your needs. Thank you, Jan. You won't regret it.
Okay, that was a long conversation. So we've got a new optional task. Wait until the doctor prepares the meals. All he needed was 3 raw food, and we've got a ton of raw food, so that was no issue. Now it is getting late, but let's just make sure everything is queued up and ready for tomorrow. I do want to make another mining outpost and package of pylons, so we'll start there. In the kitchen, we've got a ton of raw food, as I mentioned, so we can make a bunch of cooked meals. Research is all set up. Assignments, kitchen, base maintenance, research lab, organics, that's all good. Okay. Why can we not just make another miner? That's a good question. Can we make another miner? I guess I've just been operating under the assumption that we can't. But now let's just go in here and see. Maybe we can. No recreating possibility due to program security. No, you can't remake people. So that answers that question. Our possibilities for new altars are guard, disciplines altars. I don't know that we need that. worker, or sorry, refiner, which that can branch off to be a worker. Shrink. And those are all our options. So we'll probably get shrink next, I think. I feel like mental health is like the biggest issue we face. So once we get a place for the shrink to sleep and a contemplation room for them to work in, I think that's what we'll go with. Let's just check everyone's mood. Okay, pleased, okay, frightened. Fair. I still can't think of any reason to ever make the guard. I guess if you didn't want to waste time, like, speaking to people and, like, actually forming relationships and making them feel better, you could just have a guard to beat the shit out of them instead. If you want to have a different leadership style, if you will. Or just make him and then just put him on manual labor all the time. Kitchen failure. Oh, no. Did you fuck up the kitchen trying to make your feast, doctor?
Could you come see me?
What the hell? What did you do? How did your cooking experiments go?
You wanted to talk? Is it about your cooking experiments? How'd it go? Amazing. Surpassed my expectations.
Oh, it went well, but you
I have
broke the
enough
kitchen
ideas
in the
for 3
process?
full courses. And maybe something a little extra too. Great. When can we start? Yeah, about that.
Oh, there it is.
There's a little hindrance. What do you mean? The kitchen I used to cook in was quite basic, you know? So, I'm not very good with high-tech equipment, like an automatic food processor. I think I broke it.
Great. I think you did as well. What do we say? I can't believe you didn't read the manual first, or it's not high-tech, it's Ally Corp. I mean, the second one is probably true, but compared to Doctor's surroundings, it is high-tech, so I feel like the second one is not the right solution. I'm gonna say I can't believe you didn't read the manual first.
Seriously? I can't believe you didn't read the manual before using an electrical device. Sorry. I guess I never got to share your technical education. I'm used to relying on my intuition. I guess we're gonna have to fix it then. Yeah, that and the electricity in the kitchen.
What?
What? I think I fried the circuit breaker.
Jesus fucking
There's
Christ.
no power in the whole module. Sorry.
You have got to be kidding me. How? I don't think a child could cause this much damage in a kitchen. I left this guy alone for 12 hours, and he fucking decimated the place. You're supposed to be here to help us, Doctor, not hinder us. Ugh. A doctor relying on his instincts sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah, I gotta be honest, it's making me question what type of doctor he really is. Like, is he like a naturopath? Maybe he doesn't even still have a license. I mean, he hasn't been practicing in a hospital for many years. I don't know. He seems a little too wishy-washy for me. I don't know if I'd want this guy as my doctor. I'll go. You said something about prosaic tasks.
You said something about us being consumed by prosaic tasks. Yeah, I deserve that sarcastic comment. All I can say is, I promise that if we get that kitchen up and running again, I'm gonna put my whole heart into that feast. And the results won't disappoint you. All right. Let's get to work then.
He's definitely into microdosing. Okay, feast. A feast is a special type of meal cooked according to the doctor's recipe. It uses up a lot of resources but satisfies the hunger of everyone in the base and gives everyone an immediate emotional boost. Like, bro, what did you do? Alright, I guess I'm spending my day fixing this.
Sooner or later, what do you use for filling the dough? Usually
My
red
workplace
rice,
is damaged.
tomato, cumin,
Want me to
cilantro,
go there now?
a bit of maple syrup.
Okay, kitchen is fixed.
Interesting. I have to try it sometime.
So now we can, oh yeah, prepare a feast. Make 2 of those. Who's down here? Botanist. Okay. Get another research queued up for after neutralizer towers. Probes upgrade 2. The connection range between probes is longer. That sounds nice. Or should we research the personal cabin? Let's do that first.
How are you today?
Alright, the kitchen is done. Are you gonna do your thing now? Try to calm him down. No. He can deal with this shit on his own. After we eat this feast that he's been, bragging about. Then hopefully that'll just cheer him up. He needs to... I can't cheer everyone up. They've got to deal with some of their feelings. He caused it. He literally blew up the kitchen. He can sit in that for a little bit. Now, base expansion requires 120 metals and 100 minerals. So that might be something we want to work towards. Additionally, if we are going to get our next altar, I think it's going to be the shrink, so we're going to want the contemplation room. What I'm wondering is... I can't move that, which is so annoying. I wish I could move that module right there, but I can't, so... Contemplation room can go there, and we'll add... Oh! We'll need another elevator, though. Alright, well... I know they're not connected, but... I don't have an elevator. Oh, I can put it up here. Nope, too long. Okay, well, I guess we discard for now until I have enough metals for an elevator. Okay, well, while everyone's doing their things, I'm gonna go mine some metals. Turns out he's a doctor in chiropractic. Fun fact, you can't call yourself a doctor of chiropractic in the UK. Really? That is a fun fact. Alright. That should be enough now to make what I wanted. Okay, we got a contemplation room, and then I guess we should just make another dormitory, because, like, even if I don't use it now, we're going to make multiple altars, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the workshop, because it's smaller. That can go next to the contemplation room. Then we'll have another dormitory there, so then we can have 4 different altars. Yeah, it looks like the quantum computer is broken, but oh, technician's already in there. Perfect. He's in the kitchen. Making his feast. Food. Actually, no, we're almost out of organics. I didn't notice that. We've got a ton of food, so we can leave that. Okay, base maintenance, kitchen, research lab, workshop. I don't think... Okay. Yeah, we'll leave everybody where they are. Maybe I should have stayed out mining metals longer. There's really nothing for me to do in here right now. Okay, let's go mine some metals. I used to watch chiropractic videos on YouTube many years ago, and as fun as the cracking sounds are, some of the techniques look incredibly dangerous. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, so obviously don't rely on me for medical advice, but I would never go to a chiropractor. We unfortunately know people who have had strokes from having their neck cracked, and yeah, it's not something I would personally make use of. Yeah, someone who went to medical school with Alana got her neck cracked at a chiropractor and ended up in a coma. So ever since then, you could say we've been very wary of it all. Gather everyone in the kitchen in the evening. How do I do that? Just speaking to the doctor? No, that just calms him down. Kitchen feast. Ah, there we go.
Hey, is that what I think it is? My trademark hunter stew. No way.
Big Oz? It fucking smells like heaven. You mean the characteristic stench of sulfur decomposing to hydrogen sulfite in fermenting cabbage? They reek of a dirty diaper, but it's proven to work wonders for your gut microbiome. And like all sour foods, it cheers people up.
I always serve my hunter stew at parties. And they were damn good parties.
The feast was a great success. Everyone is full and content. Well, that's good news. About the feast you prepared.
That feast you prepared, you were right. It did everyone a lot of good. I'm glad you appreciate the importance of such things. I have to say, it was a pleasure for me too. I guess I just like making people happy.
I feel like I don't know what I would say here. It takes your mind off your own problems, or good to know you're a little selfish too. You guys want me to say that? All right.
Oh, good to know you can be a little selfish.
He liked it.
too.
Okay, good choice.
Selfish?
Nope, he didn't like it.
I don't think so. Helping people lets you feel a different kind of joy than the empty satisfaction of fulfilling your own needs. You may think I'm out of touch, but I seriously believe a man's purpose can only lie beyond himself. Otherwise, he will always live like a caged animal who has never experienced the call of the wild.
Huh. I can either say, I think I prefer it when you cook, or you make me feel bad about myself. Which is really straight to the point. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, similarly to how I said the scientist was too far, I don't know what's left or right, but too far one way, I feel like Doctor is too far the other way. Like, this is the guy who was ostracized or ignored by his father for living too cushy a life and having a nice apartment. So now he's like this, versus, you know, scientist doesn't care about anyone or anything. So it's like, yeah, the doctor and the scientist. Again, it's funny to me because I really thought if any two people would have lots in common, it would be the doctor and the scientist. But no, they are two very, very opposites on the spectrum. This guy is starting to remind me of my old doctor who retired to make boat trailers. He's not a fan of banter, no. As much as I want to say the second one, because that's how I feel, I mean, I have to assume it's not going to get a good reaction, so I'll just compliment him on his cooking.
You know what? I think I prefer it when you stick to cooking.
Oh! That's not what I expected
charity soup kitchen.
me to say, but hey, he liked it, so that's good.
Here,
Most alters seem like they're extreme in some way so far. That's a good point, actually. Maybe I'm the neutral middle path. All my choices I made were not extreme, I guess. Whether that's good or bad, it led me to being maybe less extreme than some of these people. Alright, what's your secret to making a good feast? Putting your heart into it? Breaking stuff? Or Edgar taught you? The second one would be the joke, obviously. The first one and the third one are more sincere. You guys want me to say putting your heart in it?
putting your heart in it? In a way. You're close. It was Mom. I wrote to her a lot from the other side of the world, asking for advice on how to tweak her classic recipes so that they could be made with, well, foreign ingredients. She taught me how to be a magician even in the humblest of kitchens. Wait, Mom, wasn't that after she was sick? Right. But she got better. So, you're saying there was a way to help her? Well, it came with a price. What price? A long story, man. But she's alive? I mean, in your awareness? Was she still alive when you went on this mission? Yeah. She called me the day before the launch and wished me a good landing. Didn't she get better in your life? No. No, she didn't. You mean she's gone? I was gonna tell her how it went if we found rubidium.
Oh man. This conversation took a turn. I assumed he knew that none of us, Mom didn't survive in any of our timelines except his. Do we make this about me or do we make this about him? I feel like we need to make this about him. This is not the time for me to wallow in my pity party. She'd be proud of you, man.
I'm sorry. You won't be able to do that. None of us will. But she'd be proud of you. You know that. Proud. This is some kind of cruel joke. Joke? Come on, man, what are you talking about? My efforts, my struggles. Seems they were all pointless.
Tia says, ah yes, the unfathomable price of compromising on your extremely principled self exactly once for the sake of family. Yeah, and like obviously we don't know the full story. We just got little snapshots of different periods of time. But it seems to me that he basically just pulled Mom to the top of the waiting list. Like, isn't an immoral thing to do? Perhaps, but like Jesus, he didn't kill someone else to save her. So the fact that he like still thinks of himself as this terrible person for saving her, and the fact that Edgar basically abandoned him for making that decision, so extreme to me. Like, how dare, after everything he went through to get in the position, all the training, the hours he toiled and he spent, he used it to help his own mom, right? Like, it's a lot. It made you who you are.
That's not true. Whatever you did, it made you who you are. That version of Mom, you know, it lives in you, through your memories, your recipes. And they're not pointless. Thanks to them, you were able to give us an unforgettable feast. Isn't that like bringing her back to life? And look, you've done it twice. You should be proud of yourself. Thanks, but it's not so simple, Jan. I mean, I'm glad to have these memories. But what? I think I'd just rather not talk about it. I think I need some alone time.
That conversation was a roller coaster in terms of his emotions. He was feeling up, he was feeling down, he was feeling good, he was feeling bad. Which, I mean, like, fair enough. What's his overall status now? He seems frightened. He's glad he could once again lift people up with his cooking. He's feeling very insecure. I mean, the feast was a great success. Everyone's full and content. What if we break the ice a little bit with some beer pong? Is there anything better than some after-dinner beer pong? I think that's exactly what the doctor needs. Yeah, he's down here right now. Come on, doctor. He's a beginner. He's probably never played beer pong in his life. But we'll show him, and he's gonna have fun. Wow, missed my first shot. Great start. I'm just making him feel comfortable. That's all. That was all part of the plan. There we go.
Here we go. I got this.
Now we're gonna absolutely school him. I gave you one shot, one opportunity at the very beginning of the game, and you did not seize the moment.
Nice one.
You didn't capture it. You let it slip away. And unfortunately, this is the result. We're gonna get you real drunk.
Well, next life.
I just wonder, like, the dev team, when they were making this game, they're sitting in, you know, like a meeting, and they're like, all right, guys, how do we interact with our alters? And someone puts up their hand and they say, movie night. They're like, that's a great idea. Everyone loves movie night. Maybe we could even make a few movies that people could watch. And then someone else puts up their hand and they're like, beer pong. And you're like, you know what? Great idea. What else would you do in space but play beer pong with alter versions of yourself? It's so silly, and I love it so much. Vomit on my jumpsuit already. Mom's pierogi. That's so good. All right. We took Doctor to school. Hopefully that makes him feel a little better. Oh, I'm standing on the table. That's how good I am.
But I'll get
This is my version of teabagging. I assert dominance by standing on the table. And this is the new dormitory down here. Cool. I haven't been down here yet. Speaking of, let's go check out the contemplation room, too. I want to see what's in there. Contemplation room. Whoa! Assigning unhappy alters to the contemplation room allows you to gradually improve their moods. To boost that mood faster, assign the shrink or the guard to look over them. I don't know how the guard would make the mood feel better, but wow. It's just like a pod where you pretend to be on a beach? I want a contemplation room. Oh my god. Now you're underwater? This is seriously cool. Very fancy. And then the workshop's through here now. Well, we know where to put people when they're feeling unhappy. Are you still feeling unhappy? No, you're looking ready to act. Apparently playing beer pong was a huge mood boost. I had a great time playing beer pong, even though I lost. I feel motivated to practice more. Next time, I'm going to win. Okay. Okay. It's a therapy room / prison cell, depending on who staffs it. I mean, it would be the best prison cell ever, but yeah, good point, I guess. The guard could stop them from hurting themselves, but that's about it. Honestly, my headcanon is the idea of beer pong came from an after-work party where someone drunkenly said, we should add this to the game, and everyone cheered. Yes, that's my headcanon now as well, TS.
I'd like to be alone.
You should, Tiff, you should suggest a contemplation room to your actual boss. Yes, please. Yes, please. Seems like the perfect way to de-stress. Just in this little beach pod. All right, day 46. The sun is still far away, so that's good. However, what's not good is there will apparently be a magnetic storm in 2 days. So we want to make sure that we are prepared for that, meaning we want to make sure we've got radiation filters. So today, workshop, research, kitchen, base maintenance, that's all good. Actually, do we need base maintenance? Is everything okay? Well, it looks like there's a couple areas he might be able to... I want to send him to organics, though, I think. Technician to organics. And I'm going to go to minerals. And then I guess we can also birth our new altar today. We may as well. So I am going to make the shrink. So he is a branch of the doctor. So he went down the doctor's path until age 23. This was the decision on whether to help mom or not. The shrink made the alternate decision. So the shrink is a doctor. He must be a psychologist. At 23 years old, there was a line you couldn't cross. You love your mother, but it's a line you can't cross. You promised yourself you'd never favor any patient above another. This is the moment you need to prove if your promises mean anything. With a heavy heart, you step out of your office and tell Dad about your refusal. Mind records analysis. Initiating branching procedure. Branching in progress. Simulating life path. Oh wow. We thought the doctor was hippy-dippy? Holy fuck, the shrink is gonna be the hippiest of the dippies. I don't know how he went from being a doctor to this, but I am excited to find out. Okay. Shrink. So, at age 23, he said he had a line he couldn't cross. At 24 years old, he feels like a numb piece of rock. The news hit you like a car crash. She's gone, your mother, and you didn't help her. What the hell were you thinking? So consumed with self-righteousness when she needed you. Who have you turned into? Are you even human? Or is Jan Dolski just a numb piece of rock? The doctor's into microdosing, but the shrink is into macrodosing. It seems to me like becoming a doctor was not a good idea. Like, it seems like... At first, it seemed like a good idea for Doctor. He saved his mom, but it feels like after that, it was just downhill. He ended up being plagued with self-doubt and disappointment and guilt. And then here, you couldn't even save your mom and you, quote, become a numb piece of rock. So at 25, you go into the wilderness. I guess he just quits being a doctor after his mom died. You stop for a rest and take in the view. How can the world be such a beautiful and brutal place at the same time? After months in the wilderness, you still haven't come any closer to an answer, or to quenching your guilt. At age 26, you missed people. You gasp with pain. Your leg, it's broken. This is it. You can't continue on your own. You'll have to let those people help you, take you in. They seem alright, a bit spaced out maybe, but somehow you feel safe around them. Maybe you just missed people. At 26 years old, the guilt is gone. You wake up from a deep, restful sleep. Last night was a mind-blending experience. Another one, but this time, you feel different. Cleansed. Your ego is gone, and with it, your guilt. All your fears and desires. So simple here with them. Your true friends, your amazing lovers. Lovers, plural? Everything is easy. Now you know. Treating the body is only a first step. It's the mind that needs healing most of all. Wow. Okay. Age 28, restless in the city. The city seems so noisy. You become restless here. So many thoughts rushing through your head. Focus, Jan. Concentrate on the lecture. You have a goal now. You just need to put some effort in it. Remember that every experience opens your mind and brings you closer to becoming a great therapist. You just need to figure out a way to pay for next semester. He may have joined a cult. Seriously. Oh, and then at 29, he becomes an honest artist. You try hard not to think of the buyer. Just express yourself. Be an artist. The money will come. It's honesty people appreciate. They don't want to be lied to, like in therapy. Yeah, you should relax more. At 32, everything is relative. Your patient talks about losing everything. Her job, life savings, a marriage. You could be sorry for her and feel guilty about having more business after the financial crisis, or you could be glad that you're there for her, providing support. Everything is relative. Why did it take you so long to realize that? At 33 years old, attentive to all your needs. Friday night is your favorite time of the week. The whole weekend ahead, so many things that can happen. There's no better way to improve as a therapist than to keep your own mind healthy and be attentive to all your needs. At 34 years old, territory worth exploring. So it's decided the sponsors are on board and the community is over the roof about your initiative. And to think that all you wanted was to make some buzz, but now you realize that maybe this territory is worth exploring, if only out of curiosity. The beginning of my story with mental health plan research in space. At age 35, you sign up for Project Dolly. Here you go, one of the first members of the mental health program. You like the thrill of being a pioneer, and something tells you that you can really make a name for yourself out there. He's a fucking influencer. Yeah, I hate this Jan. Oh my god. Like, obviously, I love, in theory, the focus on mental health. Mental health is so important. So for a doctor to switch from physical medicine to mental health, in theory, is not bad. But no, his path is dumb as fuck. He wandered in the wilderness, joined a cult, macrodosed, came back, thought he was better than everyone else, became a hippie artist, a therapist, sold his soul to become an influencer. Just like fucks around every weekend. Yeah, no, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. I can't wait to actually talk to him. That's a good point. A conversation with him is gonna be interesting. Just think of this Jan compared to like miner or technician. Like, it's so crazy how far we've branched down here to shrink. He seems the most interesting person in good and bad. Oh, absolutely. I can only imagine the type of wild stories he would tell you, but yeah, he's gonna be an interesting one to talk to, that's for sure. Either way, he's cooking up now in the womb. He'll be ready in 8 hours. So while we're waiting for him to cook, we're gonna head out and do some minings. He's a character with a capital C.
Oh, sunshine.
What if he's just the chillest guy ever? I mean, that would be nice, honestly. I would be okay with that. Alright, I need organics. Oh, Jan Technician's already assigned to organics. Oops. Well, if that's the case, I'll go to minerals. Okay, cool. The scientist has finished researching the neutralizer towers, so we should probably go check in with him, because obviously that needs to be priority for us to get this ship moving, so... first I'm gonna set him up with his next research project, which is the probes upgrade.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
And let's go back to the base and speak to scientist. Hello, scientist. You've come up with a solution? I see we've also got a call available too, which we should accept. So, do you know how we can neutralize the anomaly?
So, have you finished your calculations? Do you know how we can get the gravity field back to normal? Yes, the design is ready. Our counterforce will have to come from several sources. 2 neutralizing towers, 1 per each side of the canyon to cover the whole affected area. It will be an effort to build them, but if operated correctly, they should do the trick and give us safe passage through.
Okay. So we know what we have to do now. Last time we had to build a bridge to get around our obstacle. This time around we need to build these neutralizing towers. I'm sure they're going to require a lot of resources, so it'll be good to at least have them researched now so we can see what the requirements are and work towards them. In the meantime, what do we say back to scientist? You guys are voting for we'll have to push like crazy or operated correctly? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Because I'm also questioning his comment, operated correctly.
What do you mean by operated correctly? Good question. Well, there's a little catch to the whole situation.
There's always a catch.
Once you set up the towers, they will need to be operated simultaneously.
Oh.
So, we'll need to send 4 people up there at the same time. Oh. Yeah. Better shape up your crew if we're gonna do this.
And cure the brain-eating disease we've got, because if everyone dies, then I'm never going to be able to move forward, so... Huh. Meerkat says, I trust Techie to lead the other group. Yeah, scientist can lead one, and technician can lead the other is probably our best bet. Okay,
Down here. Should I help with this now?
we're gonna do our call. I just want to check on everybody first. So neutralizer tower, we need 160 metals and 160 minerals. So metals and minerals have to be the 2 things that we prioritize. Someone's on metals, we'll put someone on minerals. Someone's on base maintenance, research lab. Okay. Let's take my call. If only I had a miner. Oof. Yeah, that hurts right now. Lucas is here. All right. Oh, we can call. Oh, we can call and tell him that we made another Rapidium arc.
Lucas?
Jan? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm calling with some good news. I managed to build another Rapidium arc.
Wow. Really? That's awesome. I know it might seem boring to you, but I really believe Rapidium can change things. You know? It wasn't always like this. I used to think it was all a big scam, an easy way for corporations to patch their post-crisis budgets with public money.
Rule says, I vote we put Doc and Shrink on one tower, just out of their minds on drugs trying to fix gravity. Rule, I should ask, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Rule Whalen? Rule Whalen? So that's a very cool name. I like that. It's got a very a fantasy feel to it. You sound like you could be in Lord of the Rings. But maybe I'm completely mispronouncing it, and it's nothing like that. So please let me know. Lucas says, I used to think it was all a big scam, an easy way for corporations to patch their post-crisis budgets with public money. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. And my discovery was something...
What even is gravity, man?
It raised my hopes back up. I started believing again that things can change. Look.
Oh, I'm pronouncing it right. It's actually a D&D character name. That's very cool. I like that name. That's a really cool name.
In prison? Seriously?
Yeah. You know how they always catch the little fish? My brother was a good kid. But he was unlucky. Our parents couldn't afford a higher education for us. He had to work, support the family. And where I come from, well, not too many options who you can work for, if you know what I mean. I was lucky. I met Maxwell. He paid my tuition fees.
Okay. What do we say to that? There's always a choice, or maybe you were more determined to get away. I don't know what the best answer to say there is. What do you guys think? Fun fact, we in fact don't fully understand what gravity is. I mean, you'd have to think that if we have advanced our technology enough to go to literally other galaxies, that we have a pretty good grasp on what gravity is at this point in this universe, but who knows? I'll say maybe you were more determined to get away.
Maybe it wasn't luck. Maybe you were simply more determined to get away than your brother.
Oh, he was determined, believe me. To feed his kids. Keep them healthy. My family used to live off the land, but after water became a luxury, that was no longer possible.
It sounds like the Earth in this universe is not doing good.
Alternatives were thin.
It sounds like resources are starting to get very scarce in this iteration of Earth. Water and food seem to be at a premium. It seems that there's a lot of struggling people.
How did Maxwell find
Honestly, it's probably a snapshot into what our future here on Earth is going to look like, unfortunately.
And I'd just taken part in a science Olympiad in my country. I had a good result. Very good, actually. And my topic was quantum algorithms. Call it what you want. Destiny. Pure chance. Fact is, Maxwell was going through a tough time in his life too. But that's a whole different story for some other time, maybe.
It was good talking to you.
You too. Good luck. And keep it up, okay? More arcs really could mean a better world. I'll send it out.
I mean, I agree with that, but we have just found out the hard way that Rapidium has some side effects. So yes, I understand why these people want Rapidium. It's going to help with plant growth back on Earth, which is, again, very, very important. But it is quite clear that this stuff doesn't come without side effects as well. So am I going to try to bring some back to Earth? Yes. But hopefully we can figure out what the issues are here with, you know, my alters and try to mitigate against any terrible side effects that might come from using it back on Earth. You'd be surprised how much of physics just boils down to, well, we have no clue how that works, but we've named it, which is kind of the same thing, e.g. dark matter. Also, this shrink was the best mental health expert we had access to. To be fair, the recruiting pool was literally one person. True. True. The ultimate expression of nepotism. I have an open position and I shall hire myself. All very, very true. Now, where's everyone assigned? So we've got someone on metals, we've got someone on minerals, so that's good. We're actually not doing too bad on organics. I think what I want to do is I actually want to explore a little bit, because we do have this interral vein over here, and I wasn't able to access it before. But I can't remember why I couldn't access it, so let's go see. I mean, do you blame the truck driver for delivery from the asbestos mine, Tiff? That's a good point. I suppose that's who we are, but if we're the very first ever delivery, I want to do what I can on my end, I guess, before we make the delivery. Is this not the interral vein? Oh, it's not. The interral vein is... I'm confused about where it is on this map. It looks like it's right here, but I don't see it. It must be... Well, no wonder I didn't get it, because I don't actually see it. Huh. It says it's there, but it doesn't seem to be that simple. Oh, it was with the right. Thank you. Yes. That was a brain fart moment. Right. We had already interacted with the vein, but the trail was leading me up this cliff, which I didn't have access to at the time. Right. Okay. It's all coming back to me now. That's right. This is the reason why I didn't activate it, because I couldn't get up this cliff previously. Yes, and the trail continues up here. That's right, okay. Now, unfortunately, is the trail... No, it's not. I was going to say, is the trail leading that way? But no. It's leading... this way. There it is. Aha! Perfect. Planetary samples, a rare and valuable resource used for advanced research. There's something very avowed-esque about this growth. Oh, you're right! It is very avowed. You're so right. No bears, though. Okay, we've got a minerals that we can harvest right here. Ooh, and our new altar is ready. Go wake up the shrink after I'm done mining. So spooky. There's another pod here. Was this one that I already investigated? No, wait, what is that? What is this? Ooh, inside is a damaged chip. Excellent. That'll allow us to create more altars, which is always good. Okay, it is getting dark though. I think I'm gonna have to head back as much as I want to explore. best way to get back is probably just to head over to the outpost over there. Keep checking, make sure I'm going the right way. Oh, I can't get through that energy gate. Right. Damn it. That means no shortcut for us. I gotta take the long way home. Which means we gotta move. That wasn't so bad. Felt like we were farther away than we actually were. Alright, let's go meet our new friend, shall we? Hello there.
Hello there. Are you feeling okay? My neurotransmitters are a mess. My mind's alert intellectually, but there's this numbness. Hey, wait. Am I on immunosuppressants by any chance?
Ah, okay. He knew right away that he was on something. Do we say it's a necessary precaution, or do we praise him as a true mental health specialist? He really is a pharmaceutical expert. Yes, I think you're right, Bronny. Immediately he knew. I just can't believe, like, did he go bald, or, like, is he bald by choice? That's another question I have. I can't believe this is me. This is, like, so different to who I am. It's crazy, again, what different decisions in your life can really do for you. It could turn you into this guy. I'll just say a necessary precaution.
Yes, it's a necessary precaution. Yes. You wouldn't mind grabbing me a coffee, would you?
His mind is so vast, it's pushed out all of his hair. Yeah, altars with glasses is becoming a thing. This is the second altar in a row that's come with glasses. I mean, I don't see why we can't say yes. Sure, we've got coffee.
Sure. We've got plenty of coffee. You can have all you want, but first, I'll need to brief you on the situation. Mind answering a few simple questions for me?
So far, this is going really well.
Yours for the taking. But please don't quote me on my answers. I'm not.
I also love how he comes with a
Of
turtleneck.
course. Let's take it easy. Why don't you start by stating your name and role on this mission? Oh, gee, that really is simple. My name is Jan Dolski, and I'm a mental health specialist. I'm also here because of a pioneering project I initiated on my socials. In short, the goal is to raise awareness about the psychological challenges of space mining missions. But enough about me. Tell me about yourself.
How do we answer that? Bronny says, is it bad if a smoke detector whines? Maybe the batteries are low. I know mine, like, chirps when the batteries are low. It's super annoying. But it very much draws the attention to the fact that your smoke detector needs more batteries, so... you want to say I'm Jan Dolski too? Sure.
Well, this might be disturbing, but I am Jan Dolski too. Disturbing? Do you find it disturbing? Tell me more.
I feel like this guy is so weird that at the same time, it's like we can't freak him out about anything. He just takes everything in stride, because he's like, yes, I considered this possibility once when I was microdosing on mushrooms. Okay, clones, alright. Stranded. In the middle of the universe. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, I feel like we can just hit him with "you're my alter" and he might not even freak out.
Okay. I got stranded here on this planet, and I needed to dig deep to survive.
He's been on so many things so many times that he's seen everything.
Myself with different life paths and different skills to help me get by. Alters. And you're one of them. Okay. Let me get this straight. You are Jan Dolski, and I am your alter. Yes. Physically, we're the same, but underneath that, the quantum computer reprogrammed you with a different awareness. Wow. You reprogrammed my awareness? Can I raise awareness about that?
Wow. Yeah, I don't even know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. This guy has sold his soul to his social media campaign, it appears. Yeah, sorry, dude, your social media don't exist here.
I'm afraid your social media outlets don't exist, just like everything you think you know about your life. It's all in your head, and there's something else you need to know. There are more of you in this base. More of me? No, other alters. The same person, but in different versions. Dude, I have had some mind-bending experiences in my life, but this, I have to say... Did you mention something about coffee? You can
Note to self, he really loves coffee.
While you're at it, take a look around the other modules, meet the guys, and read the mission logs. I think you'll find them very informative. The logs or the guys. Both, I guess.
Huh. This guy is gonna be interesting, that's for sure. And then there were 5, or well, I guess 6, counting me, but this is the most alters we've had at any one time, which is interesting. Things are getting busy around here. Bronny says, after reseating the battery, it's chirping properly. I don't know if that means just the battery's bad or if the whole alarm needs replacing. I was saying I think you were already gone, but usually when my alarm chirps, it just means the battery needs to be replaced, so I would try that. Looks like we can have a phone call.
The oldest?
Quite the contrary. If I die first, I won't have to watch the rest of you squirming. Another lovely day.
Well, hopefully this is Maxwell calling right now with a solution. Yes, speak of the devil.
Hello?
Jan, Maxwell here.
It's good to hear you. Things are getting more and more tense in here.
Yeah, I know. Lucas told me everything. I set to work at once analyzing the data you sent. I won't lie to you. This condition you discovered is something never seen before. I can confirm what you probably already suspect. It is highly probable that it is induced by accelerated brain tissue development which your alters have undergone. I am very sorry this has happened, but nobody could have predicted it. As I've said before, you're a pioneer, Jan. Unexpected setbacks come with the job.
Okay. How do we respond to that? We can either say, being a builder is my job, or easy to be sorry from behind a desk. I mean, I get we're frustrated, but I gotta be honest, Maxwell is kind of growing on me a little bit. I don't know if there's any reason to insult him right now and take out my worries on him. I think I'll go with being a builder is my job.
Being a builder is my job.
It's the job you signed up for. But it's not who you are anymore, is it? Not just who you are. You've crossed the threshold, and now, I suppose, you have to face the trial.
Okay. Are we ready, or do we say I don't like how that sounds? Me personally, I feel like I'd say I don't like how that sounds. You guys agree? Okay.
I don't like how that sounds.
It's understandable. Just try to keep an open mind.
I mean, you have become a leader. Yeah,
What
it's
I have
true.
to do.
It's true.
Prepare a treatment based on biological material from a healthy donor.
Okay.
Donor of what exactly?
Brain cells.
Okay. How do we extract my brain cells? I mean, it's probably a good thing I have a doctor now, although the more I talk to said doctor, the less I trust his expertise, but hopefully between him and the scientist and the shrink who does have his MD, they could find a way to extract my brain cells. You do sleep in the captain's quarters, not the builder's quarters. Ooh, touche. Yeah, it's true. That's true. But yeah, brain cell extraction. Isn't that a bit risky?
Oh. But isn't it a bit risky to donate brain cells? I mean, don't you need specialist equipment and personnel to do it safely?
But don't worry. You wouldn't be the donor.
Huh?
What? Why not? I'm the only one who's not affected.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it would kill you.
Oh.
It's not blood samples we're talking about, but a significant amount of brain tissue from the cortex.
So, how did you want me to get it?
There is only one solution. You have rapidium, Jan. You have the womb. All you need to do is create a copy of your body, but without applying the branching procedure. By leaving its mind records blank, you will create a being with no awareness, no feelings, no thoughts. A biological vessel, if you will. A tabula rasa.
Huh. I'm just thinking, would that work? Because I thought the issue was with people who were grown from rapidium. So you'd think if I made even if it is an exact copy of myself, even though it's created with rapidium, it would still have this issue. But I guess maybe the issue is with applying the mind records by giving these people sentience, thoughts. That's what's causing the issue? Yeah, that's true. Meerkat says we're trying to figure out if it's branching interacting with rubidium. Yeah. Okay. So I just clone myself and then kill said clone. But I mean, it's not even truly, it's only cloning myself physically. If it doesn't have a mind or anything, then like, that makes it less controversial in my opinion. Oh, that implies we implanted memories into that sheep. That's a great point. Was the sheep technically one of my alters then? Just in sheep form? Huh. That's something to consider. For now, though, I guess we'll just say, are you serious?
Are you seriously suggesting what I think you are? You want me to create an alternate version of myself in order to extract his cortex?
What do you think makes us human, Jan? Our body or our mind?
Toffee Mocha Bear! Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for the raid!
We wouldn't be human at all.
I appreciate you. Welcome on in, everybody. Toffee, thank you for the follow. What were you playing today? You were playing Super Mario Party Jamboree. Oh, that's a real fun for a Saturday. Thanks for the raid. Hi, everybody. My name is Tallara. My digital avatar Digitiff is here hosting the stream sometimes, today. Sometimes I get her to sort of tap in when I'm not feeling up to being on camera. So we've got Digitiff and Digimuffin running the show. Welcome to the Altars. If you guys don't know about this game, it is so fantastic. It comes from 11-Bit Studios, who are the guys who did Frostpunk, and it is the most interesting premise. It's a weird blend of genres. It's sort of a blend of an action-adventure game meets a simulation strategy game, and the basic premise is You are on a space mission. You crash land onto a planet. You're the only survivor. And unfortunately, the sun in this universe gets very close to the planets such that it will burn you up. So we are literally running away from the sun. It's sort of Majora's Mask, but with a sun instead of a moon. However, moving a base and surviving in space is next to impossible on your own. So what have we done to mitigate that? We create clones of ourselves. Alters, if you will, hence the name. So we keep creating alternate universe versions of ourselves, and it's very, very cool. And that's basically the premise. We try to survive and run away from that sun. So Toffee beat us all at Mario Party. You stole Riz's star. That's awesome. Welcome everybody. It's so good to see you. Hi Abby, hi Toffee, hi Riz, hi Billy B. Dee Don Jr. the Third. Wow, that is a name. Freaking love that. Hey, Sticky, it's so good to see everybody. Happy Saturday. Glad to hear you had fun playing Mario Kart, even if Toffee kicked all of your butts. But isn't that normally the case? Mario Kart and Mario Party, any Mario game brings us together, but also tears us apart. But yes, welcome. Thank you very much. Everyone go check out Toffee Mocha Bear. So right now, unfortunately, we've found out that all of our alters have some sort of brain disease that we're trying to cure. And the suggestion being given to us by Corpo Overlord Maxwell is that we create a direct clone of ourselves, not an alter, and use that to harvest brain tissue and create a cure. We get to ask the question that I just posed. Won't he get sick as well, though?
Wait, but if Rapidium-induced growth causes this, won't he get sick as well?
It shouldn't. Not if it stays fully sedated. You see, the mutation occurs in the part of the brain responsible for cognitive functions.
Okay, yeah.
Thinking, learning, remembering.
So it's as I hypothesized.
So as long as the vessel's
as long as this guy
stays inactive,
doesn't have a personality or memories or thoughts,
and its brain tissue will be safe to
he'll be
use.
good. I gotta get dinner started soon, but I'll be lurking. Yes, of course. Thank you, Toffee, so much for the raid. Appreciate you. Good luck with the dinner prep. So, Tabula Rasa will die.
So, Tabula Rasa is doomed to die.
Oh, I see what worries you. The possible existence of the human factor some people call the soul. Personally, I prefer the word used by Avicenna, essence. You see, Avicenna made a distinction between
So keep the alter drugged out of their mind, huh? Does this imply the shrink doesn't have the mutation?
Would put it, the traits that shape us. Essence, on the other hand,
the heavy emphasis on the word "it" has a very getting my story straight for the Nuremberg trials vibe.
For Avicenna, essence proved that there was a God who created us. For me, it's a whole new field of study. Just think about it. What if we looked at this essence just like we look at any other aspect of a human being? Its body, mind, emotions, something that can be scientifically observed, trained, even enhanced. Isn't that exactly what you were doing with your alters, Jan?
Huh. I mean, I don't think so. We're not enhancing them in any way. We're not studying them. We're not experimenting on them. We're just creating them, and then they live their lives. But I guess the question is that what you want to do with them?
Is that what you want me to do with them? Train them? Enhance them?
Of course not. I was only trying to show you how deeply rooted we are in sentimental superstitions our culture imposes on us. All I'm suggesting is that you look at this empty altar's essence in the same way a sculptor looks at a stone that is too brittle to carve in. There's no logical reason to fear dismissing it. Lucas and I went back to our old research to recreate a piece of code we once discarded. One that allowed for a much more flexible approach to erasing human memories. It can serve you to increase the capabilities of the quantum computer and create a tabula rasa version of yourself.
Upgrade the quantum computer? With the use of your banned research, but what about Alec? What about the consequences for me when they find out about all the rules I've broken? A simple builder? I mean, creating my altars is one thing, but this... I could get accused of much bigger violations.
Can I trust you, Jan?
That's a good joke, Meerkat. I like that. Meerkat says, a totally brain-dead altar? We have our senator, Jan. I gotta agree with you guys. Depends if I can trust you.
That depends. If I can trust you.
I'm putting a lot at stake for you. Of course you can trust me. Ally Corp doesn't have to know anything. Whatever happens from now on can stay strictly between you and me. I told you that I'd do anything to protect your mission, and I wasn't joking. Follow my instructions, and I'll take care of everything else.
Ally Corp has a big medical department. My ex-wife works there. Are you sure we shouldn't turn to them for help instead of harvesting this biological vessel against the law?
You managed to keep both your wife and her employers at arm's length for so long, and I can only repeat that it was the wisest decision. You need to believe me, it really isn't in your interest. Or the interest of your altars for them to find out. We can do this. Are you with me?
This is getting really tricky now. This is getting really tricky. I mean, clearly, as I've said many times before, we are in the worst bargaining position. We have nothing to negotiate with. It is a life or death situation. If we don't rely on, be it Maxwell or my ex-wife or whoever, we will die. We obviously, in a life or death situation, have to make some decisions that we wouldn't necessarily have to make because the only other option is death. I know, like, I'm not going to do anything egregious. I'm not going to torture these poor altars, but at the same time, like, we're talking about getting in trouble when I return to Earth. Well, there's a strong possibility I might not return because I might die. So I'm trying to not even think about, like, the legality of any of this, which I know is ironic for me to say as a lawyer. To me, we need to obviously prioritize survival, and because otherwise there's nothing to even think about on the other side. The issue, though, and I don't disagree with Jan, is this the only way? Because it's one thing to prioritize survival and do anything you need to do when there's only one option. However, maybe there is another option. And I don't like to put my fate in the hands of someone that I don't trust, which is Maxwell. Does our luggage include a whistle we could blow? Can we make an ethics board? If you return to Earth, you'll be a hero, and maybe a war criminal, but still a hero. Looks like a lot of you guys want me to push back against Maxwell. And I don't disagree, because A, I don't want to be used. And Maxwell, even though he continues to deny that he's a corpo, I don't know if I believe it. And B, I guess we do have some sort of power here, because Maxwell is very interested and invested in us, in our mission, in the Rapidium, and the altars. So maybe we do actually have more leverage than I thought. And to think, only 15 minutes ago you said Maxwell's growing on you. I mean, he's growing on me, but I don't know if he's growing on me to the point I'm ready to trust him fully. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. And I mean, that's good. I feel like that's the sign of a good game, is making tough choices. Choices are boring when there's a clear right and wrong answer, right? Bronny says, I can't remember what Maxwell convo I had different to you, Tiff, because for some reason I trust him. And I mean, sometimes it's just kind of like a gut thing. But here, I'm kind of split. As is the vote. We got 50% saying I'm not letting you use me. 33% of you guys want me to say, all right, I'll trust you. And 16.7% want me to just say I need to think it through. The convo last stream was a vote in his favor, honestly. Yeah, he did open up a little bit more last time. And made it clear that he is not a corpo. He's just happens to be aligned with them at this time. I am agonizing over this decision. He's a corpo by happenstance more than choice, yeah. And look at this, now the vote is split 1/3 each way. You're really helping me out here, guys. I'm gonna trust him. I think I'm gonna trust him. I just feel like, what's the alternative? The alternative is opening ourselves up to more corpo influence by going to a different department and having to explain all of this. The positive, of course, is that my wife does work in the medical department, so maybe I could trust her, or my ex-wife. Welcome to the Think It Through clan, whoever just voted. He's a corpo because the corporation funded his last round of unethical human experiments. That's true, too. Oh, man. I feel like this is the hardest decision I've made in a video game in quite some time. I guess realistically we have two choices here. One of the choices is just giving me more time to think about it, which honestly I don't want more time to think about it. I feel like I just need to make a decision right now. So our two options are this. We trust Maxwell, or we say no, and we roll the dice that we find someone else more trustworthy with a better solution. So as loath as I am, or as, I shouldn't say loath, as hesitant as I am to trust Maxwell, I guess the other option is that we say no to him, but then end up having to trust someone even worse. Kicking the can further along isn't going to make the can disappear exactly. No, we need to make a decision now. I don't know. In this particular circumstance, creating a brain-dead clone and harvesting its brain cells, I guess, is what we need to decide if we're okay with or not. Like, obviously, it's extremely unethical, and I wouldn't even consider it if it was, like, one of my alters or someone, a living, breathing, fully competent person. But the way he's explaining it, it's just gonna be a shell. I mean, Meerkat makes a good point. It's a slippery slope. Yes, we do this now, and maybe this we feel is okay. But what's the next thing Maxwell asks us to do? It's not exactly brain dead, because the brain is fine. You're just not giving it a chance to form any memories. It's like killing a newborn. Damn, when you put it like that. I don't know what to do. So if we say no, like, obviously we have to do something. Everyone's gonna die. So the option to do nothing, that's not an option. So we either say yes to Maxwell. The other option, I would assume, is we have to reach out to Lena, the ex-wife at the medical department, rope her into this, and see if she can come up with a different solution. I guess realistically, that's my choice here, I think. We either trust Maxwell, go along with him, presumably, yeah, Meerkat's right, it's probably going to be a slippery slope. This is step one, who knows what he's going to ask of us in the future. Or we just try a different avenue altogether. But the issue is going to be, if I reach out to Lena, maybe A, she won't have a solution, or B, her solution will be even worse than Maxwell's is. Right? Like, we have no idea. This option is basically We're putting our faith in the fact that there is a better option, but maybe there's not. This being a game from the makers of Frostpunk, I assume the alternative will be totally fine. I've got a feeling if I reach out to Lena in the medical department for help, their suggestion is just going to be to let all the other alters die. They're going to be like, it was unethical to create them in the first place. There's no way to help them without killing yourself. You're just going to have to let them die. And I don't want to do that either. So yeah, we're probably between a rock and a hard place here. I suppose... I hope you guys are enjoying just sitting here listening to me think out loud for 15 minutes. I suppose the other option is we trust Maxwell for now. We go along with him for now. But if next time he has something even more fucked up, then we switch gears and try the other side. I think I'm gonna go with Maxwell's solution for right now. We can choose where to draw the line and it doesn't need to be here. Yeah, exactly. And I know we can have the debate of whether this person this clone we're gonna make is actually alive or not. But I feel like if we're not even gonna allow them to activate, we're just gonna drug them as soon as they're born. So then we're not even gonna allow them to activate their brain. They have no time to form thoughts. That seems like minimizing the damage here. And in the process, we will save 5 other people? It's fucked up, it's dark, but again, we're between a rock and a hard place here, between letting myself die or letting all of my other friends die. And I think... this doesn't seem like a... Literally, it's the trolley problem. It's 100% the trolley problem in fancy clothing. 100%. What defines this quandary is its necessity. If it's necessary, then that's it. If it isn't, though, and that's the thing, is we won't know if it was necessary or not without me turning down Maxwell, having to go to someone else, tell them everything that's happening, and trusting that they have a good alternative. Because we might do all of that, and they don't have a good alternative. They've got a worse alternative, and then we've already told them everything, and God knows what repercussions that'll have, right? It's, again, you're making a decision without knowing all the information, and... Pull the lever, Kronk! Can you blame people for making the best decision they possibly could have with the knowledge they have at the time? And that's the real question, right? That is the real question. It's a game. Are you overthinking this? I am. I 100% am. I am turning this into an ethical and philosophical debate. Which, I mean, again, it's a hallmark of good game writing when I care this much and when the decision is this complicated that I'm spending this much time agonizing over it. So, if anything, this is a testament to the dev team for making me so invested and caring about what I'm doing, right? Instead of just willy-nilly picking choices. Oh, I see someone else voted and wants me to say I'm not letting you use me. I think I'm just gonna pull the fucking lever. Come on, Kronk.
All right. I'll trust you.
Thank you. Let me make one thing clear. My goal isn't to undermine Ally Corp's operations. It's not resentment that drives me. Yes, my career was broken because of their short-sightedness, but I'm not seeking revenge. I just believe that I have a much deeper understanding of the full potential of your mission, and the means to execute this potential. All they could ever do is take the rupidium you've found and use it to boost the prices of their shares. Sure, Maybe a few hungry people would benefit as a side effect, but it would all be temporary, insignificant, an opportunity lost. So, no, I'm not against them. But I know that by withholding some information from them, we can achieve so much more. And I'm relieved you feel the same way. Keep me posted on your progress.
I gotta be 100% honest, that little spiel by Maxwell didn't make me feel great in my decision. Sure, they might feed a few hungry people, but they're short-sighted. We're gonna make an evil supervillain. That was the vibe I just got from Maxwell there. I might have made the wrong decision. I don't know. Hey, Octor, that's what you get for trust. You didn't even trust the vote given. I know. I just don't know what to do right now. I am all over the place. What we're gonna do is discuss Maxwell's proposed solution with the scientist. I feel like he's gonna be on board. Have you played This War of Mine? Yes, I loved This War of Mine. And you're right, 11-Bit Studios is known for giving a no good options option. Oftentimes there is no right solution in 11-Bit Studios games. You're totally right. It's just the solution that minimizes the negative effects and ultimately the solution that you yourself can live with. So yeah, you're right. This is classic 11-Bit Studios, and I'm sure this was not the right decision, but I'm also sure that the alternative probably wouldn't have been a good decision either, so. For now, though, we can deliver to the scientist news about the cure.
Hey there. I talked to Maxwell. It looks like he came up with a cure for your condition. Really? Are you telling me there's hope? Yeah, it's some kind of sophisticated treatment based on healthy brain tissue. Maxwell sent us a formula. Oh. That's ambitious. What do you need me to do? Well, I'll need you to reprogram our quantum computer according to some old piece of code from Maxwell's experiments. He claims it's gonna let us create an awareness-free alter. Awareness-free?
Yeah. A biological vessel who will produce healthy cells for you.
The plan is to create a biological vessel from my DNA and extract lots of healthy brain tissue from it. Biological vessel to produce a healthy mutation-free brain. That makes sense. So, you're okay with it? It sounds like a promising idea.
I figured he would be.
Why not be okay with it?
I don't even know what to say, because it's cruel or because these are not corporate instructions. I mean, I shouldn't say because it's cruel. Clearly he doesn't care about that. If he was going to care about anything, it would be the corporate instructions.
Because these are not corporate instructions. Maxwell is clearly pushing his own agenda here. Don't you find it odd that he's so reluctant to consult Alicorp Medical about our problem? It is slightly unsettling, I admit. Are you thinking of talking to them behind his back?
Oh, is that an option?
I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake to cut Glenn off like that. Look, this situation is starting to be a little too emotionally problematic for me. She's your ex, not mine. You decide whether you want to take the risk. Just remember, Maxwell gave us a viable option. Shouldn't we just proceed instead of complicating things?
But I love complicating things. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Maybe you're right. I'm overthinking it. Good. Just give me the green light, and I'll start researching that new QC functionality right away. Then we'll take it step by step. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. We can do this.
Huh. Maxwell believes that we can use Rapidium to create an awareness-free body that would act as a brain cell donor. I need to work with the scientist on confirming that theory. So do we have the option to call Lena, though, and just talk to her about it? No, I don't even got that option, so, okay. That eases the dilemma, if you will. And again, we've always got the option of talking to her later. for now, we do this. If in the future Maxwell asks us to do something that really makes us uncomfortable, maybe then we reach out to Lena. But for now, yeah, I don't think we can overcomplicate the situation. I mean, the reality is our alters have literal days to live. So we've just got to make a decision right now. I think at some point she'll probably call you. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, for now, we know what we have to do. Luckily, we've got a potential solution, so everyone doesn't die. We're going to research QC hacking and go from there. And then, obviously, we also need to focus on the Great Anomaly problem and construct 2 neutralizer towers. So we've got 2 very important main goals to deal with right now. The Great Anomaly and Tabula Rasa, aka a Thread of Hope. In the meantime, we've also got optional quests, Green Refuge and Three's a Pattern. But for now, I think I'm going to call it a day here, folks. Clearly, things are starting to heat up. My brain feels like scrambled eggs after all the theoretical, ethical debates I just had out loud with you guys. But so far, things are going good. We've created 2 brand new alters. Welcome to the crew, Shrink and Doctor. We still need to get to know these guys a little bit more, but regardless, it's good to have more hands on deck. There's now 5 of us, which will help in resource gathering. We know exactly what we need to build the neutralizer towers. It does require a lot of resources, 160 metals, 160 minerals, but with all these hands on deck, hopefully we'll be in good shape to get everything done. So I'm gonna call it a day here, folks. I need to go rest my brain. We'll be back next time with more alters, and I'm sure there will be even more crazy choices for us to agonize over and talk about, and it'll be fun. Like I said, I think this is just a hallmark of a good game. The fact that I care about it this much, like these decisions don't matter, but yet I'm so invested in this game that it feels like they do. So that's just a testament to the developers. They have created a fantastic game here in the alters. I'm really glad I decided to stream it. I'm really glad you guys have been enjoying it along with me, and I can't wait to play some more. So we'll call it a day here, folks. I'll be back on Monday for our regular Monday evening stream. We'll be playing Blueprints on Monday, so we're going to stretch our brains even further and continue working through all the puzzles that we have to figure out in Blueprints. We are getting closer to the end now. We've got a couple of doors to open, but we're certainly starting to wind down a little bit in Blueprints, so we'll see how much progress we can make on Monday, and then we'll be back again next weekend for more alters. Or no, actually, it's a schedule switch up. Next weekend, we're going to be doing a special community day on Sunday, playing Guilty as Sock. So alters will be in our Monday slot next week. But I've got the schedule posted in Discord. It's also here on Twitch, so you can take a look. But basically, we'll be back with alters in a little bit. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. I had a blast. 3.5 hours absolutely flew because I was having so much fun with you guys. Thanks for sticking through the technical issues at the beginning. I do apologize. It's a combination of different factors that I don't necessarily have a lot of control over, but hopefully things smoothed out there afterwards. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Monday for Blueprints. Again, if you guys want to participate in the Guilty as Sock community day next Sunday, make sure you pick up a copy of the game. Everyone is more than welcome to join, and in fact, I believe the more the merrier rule applies when it comes to this particular party game. So thanks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Happy Saturday. If you need to get caught up on our alters playthrough so far, head on over to the YouTube channel. I do upload all the VODs over there, so you can get caught up on our journey so far. And in the meantime, that's it for me. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all again soon.